We celebrate National Girl Scout Day. On this day, 1912, Juliet Daisy Gordon Lowe assembled a group of 18 girls from Savannah, Georgia, for the first ever Girl Scout meeting. Lowe believed that all girls should have the opportunity to develop physically, mentally, and spiritually. Today, over 3.2 million girls and adults are active Girl Scout members, and over 50 million women are Girl Scout alumni. According to the mission statement of the organization, Girl Scouting builds girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. Today, National Girl Scout Day. It is also Plant a Flower Day. Spring is just around the corner, and on March the 12th, it's been dubbed the day to celebrate the life in your garden, dedicated to the planting of flowers, and looking forward to the spring season. 238-WHIR is your phone number to call in here this morning, 238-9447. We'd love to have you on the radio this morning. And we start you off with the playing of our national anthem, as we always do. It's brought to you by our friends at Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network. We team up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network team up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Phone number to call in here is 238-WHIR to get your birthdays and your anniversaries on here. That's 238-9447 as we celebrate the birthdays on this Tuesday, March the 12th. And it is not a very exhaustive list here. We have two names down on this morning's birthday list. Happy birthday today to Aaron Wynn. Aaron Wynn having a birthday, and Bridget Lester celebrates a birthday today as well. That's all I got. 238-WHIR, Aaron Wynn, Bridget Lester. Call in your birthdays. Let's get them on the radio this morning here on The Joe Show on this Tuesday, March the 12th. All right, it is a Tuesday, March the 12th, typical Tuesday morning show we have lined up for you this morning here on WHIR. First guest comes on here at 7:10 with Boyle County and Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott, who joins the show. We'll talk with Daniel about what happened yesterday on the House floor there in Frankfort. That will be at 7:10 this morning. 7:40, it's the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. It's a Tuesday on Boyle County's week, which means Alexis will call in this morning for the County Agents Corner report. 7:50 this morning, we have Danville City Commissioner Jenny Holland who will join the show, and she'll come in here every second and fourth Tuesday. Jenny joins the show and talks about yesterday's City Commission meeting, so we'll get Jenny on here at 7:50 this morning. In the 8 o'clock hour this morning, 8:10, Colleen from the Boyle County Public Library updates us on library happenings. 8:20, Randy Graham has Rambly-isms, the thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts. We have those Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:20 in the morning. James the Gardener's on the show here at 8:40, giving us a gardening tip. In the 9 o'clock hour, no Dusty today. He texted me yesterday, said he would not be able to be in. So Dusty, not going to be on this morning. So we'll skip over his segment at 9:10. But we do have at 9:35 Tuesdays with Stith, either Ann Yeager or Mary Stith Hamlin from Stith Funeral Home on here this morning at 9:35. That's the rundown of today's show, and we'd love to have you on. Again, our phone number to call in is 238-WHIR, 238-9447. We're also happy to have in studio Caleb Hackworth. He's a Boyle County senior. Caleb, say hello to our listening audience.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Yeah, glad to have Caleb on here. He's job shadowing for today, and so he has decided to step into the realm of radio, and he's with us this morning, helping us guide through this Tuesday as well here on the Joe Show. So we're happy to have him in. Sports is coming your way first. See what's going on with sports. We have celebrity birthdays. We have this date in country music history as well. It's all coming up next. The Bengals release their all-pro running back. The New York Giants swing a big trade while they lose their running back. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Tuesday morning sports. Starting off in the National Football League, where the Cincinnati Bengals shook up their running back room on the first day of free agency. Media reporting, ESPN saying that the Bengals will sign Zach Moss to a 2-year, $8 million deal. Free agency deals are not official until tomorrow. In the wake of that, the Bengals have released franchise Pro Bowler Joe Mixon. Mixon spent 7 seasons with the Bengals after they picked him up on the second round of the 2017 NFL Draft. He had 4 1,000-yard seasons, including last year when he had 1,034 yards and 9 touchdowns. He was named to the Pro Bowl in 2021 after rushing for over 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. Staying in the National Football League, the New York Giants wanted Brian Burns in the 2019 draft, but he went one spot before they could get him to the Carolina Panthers. Now he is a New York Giant. The Giants have completed a deal with the Panthers for the star pass rusher who received the franchise tag last week. 2 individuals familiar with the situation told NorthJersey.com on Monday. Details of that deal have not yet been released. One of the bigger signings came from the Philadelphia Eagles, who lost their running back DeAndre Swift earlier in the day and then picked up free agency's biggest running back with the New York Giants. Saquon Barkley going to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a 3-year, $37.75 million contract that could be worth up to $46.75 with a $26 million guarantee clause. ESPN was the first to report that agreement. The Atlanta Falcons made a big-time splash signing as well, signing Kirk Cousins from the Minnesota Vikings to a 4-year, $180 million contract. The Falcons were seemingly a quarterback away from contending for the division last year, and they get their guy now in free agency. Kirk Cousins, who was a late bloomer in the NFL career of his, is top 25 in passing yards, top 20 in passing touchdowns in NFL history. In high school basketball yesterday, the Danville Christian Academy Warriors went to triple overtime before they lost to Somerset yesterday, 60-57. The 12th Region Boys Finals is now set for tonight. That's Somerset versus Pulaski County. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off. That game will be played at Pulaski County. Those are the headlines on this Tuesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Lee's Famous Recipe of Danville is honored to have served this community since 1972. They're excited to announce they are offering even more $5.99 lunch specials. Choose from Lee's 2-piece breast strip, 2-piece dark chicken, chicken slider, or a barbecue chicken sandwich. All specials come with a side of your choice along with a regular drink and an apple pie or cookie. Wednesday's Customer Appreciation Day. Come on in and ask for the Wednesday special. 3 pieces of famous crispy or strips, 2 sides of your choice, hot homestyle buttermilk biscuit, all $1 off the regular price. Don't feel like cooking tonight? Try one of their family meals. They come in options of 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece selections with your choice of sides. They specialize in catering, so if you need to cater a wedding, office party, funeral, birthday party, or any other special event, call them at 859-236-8777, 236-8777 for a free quote. Let them do all the work for you. They're located at 610 South 4th Street. Drive through or come on in. Lee's Famous Recipe, serving the best chicken in Danville for over 40 years.
Wake up to a treat that's more than cereal.
Beautiful morning.
Big Deals Online Store is throwing a breakfast party. Break away from your boring breakfast routine with Wendy's new breakfast burrito. Visit hometownlive.net's Big Deals Online Store and click the link to enter the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. A scrumptious mix of breakfast burritos, seasoned fries, and more are up for grabs. You could win a Wendy's breakfast party for 25 people in your office from Wendy's and Hometown Radio Network. Enter now at hometownlive.net. Click on the Big Deals Online Store link. You'll feel sunny side up all day long.
Beautiful morning.
No purchase necessary to register. Sign up once a day to increase your odds to win. It's going to be a delicious good time. Sign up your office by this Friday to win.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at the Big Deals Online Store. Go to hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. Save up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals Online Store at hometownlive.net. Sunshine, a high today 65, a low tonight 45. Tomorrow, sunshine and 70. Thursday, sunshine 74. Rain showers moving here on Friday. Right now, it's 6:23 in the morning on Tuesday, March the 12th. Again, 238-WHIR. Here's your phone number to call in here, 238-9447, as we look at celebrities having birthdays on this Tuesday, March the 12th. Here we go. Happy 62nd birthday to Titus Welliver. Caleb, you ever heard of Titus Welliver? Well, let me turn your mic on. That would help.
No, I have not.
I haven't either. No. But luckily, I have the notes in front of me. He's an actor in Bosch, Legacy, Deadwood, Suits, Sons of Anarchy, and Lost. I've heard a couple of those shows. Titus Welliver is 62 years old today. Here's a clip from the show Bosch.
He killed or ordered the deaths of William Meadows, Cornell Jackson, Xavi Moreno, and Thomas Neese. A 16-year-old boy who never posed any threat to them.
62 years old, Titus Welliver. Mitt Romney is 77, former presidential candidate and senator from Utah. He was arrested in 1965 for sliding down the slopes of a golf course on a giant block of ice. 77 years old today for Mitt Romney. 62 years old for Darryl Strawberry, former baseball star for the New York Mets, amongst other teams. He's 62 years old today. And the late astronaut Wally Schirra, born on this date, 1923. He would have been 101 if he was still with us. He was one of the 7 astronauts on Project Mercury, America's first effort to send people to space. He ended up being the 5th American in space overall. Wally Schirra, born on this date, 1923. Celebrity birthdays on this Tuesday, March the 12th, here on The Joe Show.
On this day in country music.
Well, thank you there, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history, in the year 1938. Lou DeWitt was born. On this day, 1938, country singer and songwriter with the group called the Statler Brothers. Born on this date, 1938. It was on this date, 1975, the divorce of George Jones and Tammy Wynette was finalized. Wynette took custody of their only child and kept their home on Franklin Road there in Nashville. And it was on this date, 1991, Alan Jackson scored his first #1 on Billboard's country charts with a song called I Love You All Over Again. And that's what's gone on this date, March 12th, in country music history. Starting off on this date, 1938, where Lou DeWitt was born, with the Statler Bros. Caleb, you know who the Statler Brothers are?
I do not know.
You don't know the Statler Brothers?
No.
Had a couple of good songs, a good run of the 60s and 70s. Including this one, a song called Flowers on the Wall. Also had the 1984 U.S. #1 hit called Elizabeth. DeWitt, who suffered from Crohn's disease in his life, died in August of 1990. Lou DeWitt would have had a birthday today.
Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Now don't tell me.
It was on this day, country music history in the year 1975. Caleb, do you know George Jones and Tammy Wynette?
Yes, I do know George Jones.
Yeah, you know those names. They were married for a short time. They were divorced a short time later on this date, 1975.
In a pawn shop in Chicago.
This is one of their 3 duets that went #1. This one, probably their biggest one, Golden Ring, ended up as a #1 hit. 2 were recorded after their divorce, actually when finalized. So on this date, 1975, George and Tammy, the divorce of their marriage when finalized.
Golden ring, with one tiny little stone waiting there for someone to take me home by itself. It's just a cold metallic thing. Only love can make a golden wedding ring.
And it was on this day, 1991, Alan Jackson scored his first ever #1 hit on the Billboard Hot Country Singles and Tracks charts. I was getting this song queued up, and Caleb was standing here and said, "Oh, I love Alan Jackson." Here it is, I'd Love You All Over Again.
I've always heard marriage made one seem like two, but you're looking better.
On this date, 1991, this one went #1. The song was written by Alan Jackson himself for his wife, Denise Jackson, who was Denise Jackson even before she married Alan. No relation, obviously. In a hotel room in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, on a rainy evening is where Alan Jackson wrote this one. And on this date, 1991, the song went #1.
All over again. If tomorrow I found one more chance to begin.
Alan Jackson, George Jones, and Tammy Wynette, and Lou DeWitt have made their mark on this date, March the 12th, in country music history. It's 6:29 in the morning. We're 30 seconds away from bottom hour news with the Kentucky News Network right here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR.
The preacher man said, till death do us part. That seemed like forever. Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
No need to worry where you can dispose of your deep fryer cooking oil. Used cooking oil is accepted at Ghost Pike Convenience Center for all Boyle County residents. Waste cooking oil collected is recycled into biodiesel fuel. The Ghost Pike Convenience Center is open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 5.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Senator Ron Paul and Congressman Morgan McGarvey are introducing a bipartisan bill that would ban federal, state, and local police from using no-knock warrants.
The good news is that 29 states already restrict no-knock warrants in some way, shape, or form. The bad news is that every estimate still has tens of thousands of no-knock warrants happening in this country every year.
I'm going to work hard on it this time, and I think having Morgan in the House active, both of us from Kentucky, I think is good.
The Kentucky lawmakers say the Justice for Breonna Taylor Act will be linked to the funding police receive from the federal government. The State Board of Education has named 3 finalists in its search for the next Commissioner of Education.
The finalists are Buddy Berry, Robbie Fletcher, and Jim Flynn. Berry's been serving as superintendent of Eminence Independent Schools since 2010. He began his teaching career as a high school math teacher in Owen County and Jefferson County. Fletcher serves as the superintendent of Lawrence County Schools, a position he's held since July of 2014. Before that role, he served as part-time faculty at Asbury University. Flynn currently serves as the executive director of the Kentucky Association of School Superintendents. He's been there since 2019, serving also as the superintendent of Simpson County Schools from 2003 to 2019. I'm Jack Crumley.
A Knox County couple is trying to rebuild after losing their home last week to suspected arson. Lee and Nova DeGarmo told WKYT that they lost their home last Thursday after a house fire. The DeGarmos claim a trailer placed on the land after Christmas was also set on fire and a vehicle was vandalized. The home of the family is a total loss. A GoFundMe has been set up to help the DeGarmos rebuild after losing their home of 26 years. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Are you ready? Because Vintage NASCAR is back. Get ready for some bumper banging fun because in 2024, the Food City 500 is back. That's right, back on concrete, back to sheet metal bending chaos, back to racing the way it ought to be. Grab a spring weekend package today and save 15%. It's the Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway, March 17th, 2024. It'll be St. Patrick's Day, so get ready to party. Visit BristolMotorspeedway.com for tickets and details.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A traffic stop resulted in a Mercer County drug bust. It happened Saturday when Deputy Cruz was investigating a suspicious vehicle. When he traffic stopped that vehicle, the driver, Robert Medley, was found to be in possession of multiple drugs, methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. He was hit with 5 different charges and was lodged in jail. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer County Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. Lincoln County High School will be looking for a new principal. Last week, Lincoln County High School principal Michael Godby announced that he would be retiring after nearly 30 years in education. Godby started off as an instructional assistant for Lincoln County, then became a teacher and administrator. Superintendent Bruce Smith, along with the Site-Based Decision-Making Council at the high school, will immediately begin the process of hiring an interim at the high school to finish up the year. Godby's last day at Lincoln County High School was last Thursday. We're familiar with the term name, image, likeness, but a new bill would add voice to that. Charles Baglin has the details.
Senate Bill 317 seeks to put protections in place for individuals who, through digitally deceptive means, see their persona used to deliver false and misleading messaging to the public. Just as name, image, and likeness property rights apply to college athletics, the unauthorized use through AI also extends to singers, celebrities, and other public figures. The measure also applies to private citizens. Deepfakes or other deceitful digital depictions can result in fines from $5,000 to $50,000 per violation. Senator Whitney Westerfield urges passage of the legislation.
We're on the very front edge of the technology and the implementations that exist. This is only going to get worse. We need to create the protection to make sure that artists whose livelihood depend on their sound, their work, their music, their artwork aren't taken advantage of.
Senate Bill 317 does not target impersonations clearly intended for personal interest or entertainment. Reporting at the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
The bill has cleared a Senate committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Do you own a business? If so, save money and time with Farmers National Bank's free business checking. You receive 1,000 free monthly transaction items, free online banking, free bill pay, free e-statements. Plus, you get a free gift at account opening. Call us at 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our convenient locations for assistance. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. $50 minimum deposit at account opening. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you there, Jackie Boy. Brought to you by ADA Heated and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. You know, you can call them, 859-519-6382. And that's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. Great day for us. Sunshine and 65 is your high. A low tonight, 45. Tomorrow, sunshine and 70. Thursday, mostly sunny and a high of 74. Right now, it's 41 degrees on this Tuesday morning, March the 12th at 6:37 in the morning. And Danville's own Larry Vaught has Vaught's Views for us today. What's going on with you, Larry?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Postseason play starts. Almost every team in any sport is looking for an X factor that can help separate the team from others. For Kentucky this season, it might actually be a Z factor with Croatian, Savannah-Mir, and Visic. Kentucky went to a lot of trouble to just get him admitted to the UK in mid-October and then battled with the NCAA before finally getting him eligible in January. Once Visic did finally get cleared to play, he needed a lot of time to get acclimated to John Calipari's playing rotation, and for a while, it looked like he would never really be a big-time factor for UK this season, despite being so highly touted before he arrived. In recent weeks, Big Z has got better on both ends of the court, has been rewarded with more playing time. He's never going to be a physical enforcer or a great defender, but he can block or alter shots at the rim, and his passing, three-point shooting, and ability to finish lobs make him a huge plus on offense.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
Did you know that there are over 3.5 million visitors to Lake Barkley? And did you know that approximately 17 million people visit Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area every year? What are you waiting for? Make your plans now to visit Western Kentucky's best lakes, the best outdoor recreation area around, the friendliest people, amazing food, and more. We can't wait to see you. Find out more at GoCadiz.com. That's GoCadiz.com.
Kentucky assistant coach Chin Coleman recently said he thought Savannah-Mir and Visic would have a huge impact in postseason play because most potential NCAA tournament foes will not be as physical as most SEC teams. Teammate DJ Wagner says Big Z just has a natural feel for the game on offense, which makes him a great passer. Visic has the best basketball IQ along with a great attitude. He doesn't have to be great in postseason play. If he's just good, then he will truly be a Z factor.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Well, thank you there, Larry. Larry Vaught, Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays on the Joe Show at this time at 6:39 in the morning. President Joe Biden coming out has unveiled a massive $7.3 trillion budget with $5.5 trillion in tax hikes. Well, we have an important message for you from President Joe Biden regarding his brand new tax plan.
My fellow Americans, I, President Biden, understand that a lot of folks may be confused about my new budget and tax plan. Well, I'm here to clear it up for you. You see, the taxes, they're going to go up, but they're going to go down too sometimes. And with the budget, well, that's going to be $1 trillion or $1 billion or maybe like a trillion billion, and then you carry the one and boom, Jack, you got the budget. Easy, right? And taxes, they're going to with the taxes, you pay them. And did you know there's a tax on bicycles? And when you buy a bicycle, you got to pay the sales tax, and then when you fall off it, it hurts real bad. Oh, that's crazy, man. I wish that would change. But the tax money, it's going to go to schools, and some of the money is going to go to Hunter because he's a good boy. He likes the money, so give him the money. then boom, the taxes are paid and the budget is done or something like that. Do you get it now, Jack? Huh? The money and, oh, hell, you know the fate.
I've never understood something better than I do now after hearing Joe Biden's tax plan. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of absolute good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I'm right there with you. These stories right here remind us of the silver line in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It's Mr. Floyd Kramer. Well, good news action for you on this Tuesday morning. Here we go. Story number one coming from, looks like a World War II story. We're following a 3-year whirlwind courtship. Harold Terrans, a 100-year-old World War II veteran, is set to marry 96-year-old Jeanne Swerlin this summer near Normandy during the 80th anniversary of France's liberation from the Nazis by American troops. Terrans was a radio repair technician during the war and contributed significantly on D-Day. And he will celebrate his love for Swerlin in a ceremony held at the 17th century French chapel. Their late-blooming relationship, which started with a chance encounter in 2021, has led to a heartwarming love story culminating in their wedding, which will be officiated by the mayor of the small town there in France. Harold Terrans, a 100-year-old World War II vet, is marrying his fiancée, Jeanne Swerlin. Here's a clip of Jeanne saying that love isn't only for the young. Wow, 96 years old and he's 100.
Being in love is not just for the young. We get butterflies just like everybody else. And he's just so amazing guy. He's smart and he has a sense of humor, which I love.
There you go. Story number two coming from Yellowstone National Park, where they've been gifted a $40 million gift to construct over 70 modern homes for park staff, addressing the challenge of affordable housing and aiding in employment recruitment. The donation, announced by the National Park Foundation and National Park Service, will alleviate recruitment issues caused by housing shortages and rising local property costs. Construction of the new housing units will start later this year and will be a big step towards providing suitable housing for park employees, helping efforts to recruit and retain skilled workers. And story number three coming from New Jersey, where a West Deptford, New Jersey couple was rescued from their burning home by quick and brave actions of their neighbors who saved them from the raging inferno. The neighbors managed to drag the husband to safety and also help the wife escape, resulting in the couple only sustaining minor injuries. The local authorities praised the heroic efforts of the neighbors, highlighting the crucial role Good Samaritans can have in emergency situations. The good news, New Jersey neighbors rescue a couple trapped in a house engulfed in flames. Yellowstone National Park gets a $40 million donation for employee housing. And a World War II vet to marry near the beaches in France where troops landed on D-Day. That's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good. PRN's Garage Pass is coming up next.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
in Phoenix.
That was a special one.
Maybe a bellwether victory.
We haven't reached our potential yet, and hopefully this is a sign of what's to come.
As Joe Gibbs gets a weekend sweep.
Feels absolutely great.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass.
Hey, airline travelers, let's say you have a problem and you need to change or cancel an existing airline reservation. What do? Well, Skywatch is a free service that can help anyone with any airline reservation fix it. Whether you want to cancel it, change your dates, or add passengers, we can help fix your airline reservations so you get exactly what you need. We've updated our computer database and now have access to every airline around the globe. So now you can make one phone call regardless of who booked your airline tickets, and we'll change it, cancel it, and fix it for you. We know the insider secrets to fixing reservations that the airlines don't want you to know about. So if you need to cancel, change, or modify an existing airline reservation, call Skywatch right now. It's a free call, so let us fix it for you. 800-397-6805. 800-397-6805. 800-397-6805. That's 800-397-6805.
In the opening 4 races of the Cup Series season, we've had 4 different winners. But Christopher Bell believes his 5-second victory in Phoenix might be a bellwether win, a sign that he's just getting started. And more of the same is on the way.
That was a special one, and really it's a credit to the team. Yeah, this Ream Camry was absolutely incredible, and I'm just honored to be in this position, and I feel like the last 2 years we haven't reached our potential yet, and hopefully this is a sign of what's to come. You know, the last couple of years we made it to the Final Four, which is great and amazing, but I felt like we left a lot to be desired on the table throughout the regular season, and, you know, even the playoffs, we would have, you know, a couple bad races, and we need to clean that up.
It had been a frustrating year for Chris Buescher going into the Shriners Children's 500, but a runner-up finish has hopefully turned his ship in the right direction.
An all-around team effort. That's what we're made of. That's what we're going to look for the rest of the season. What made us successful in the second half last year, and, you know, it's cool to see it fire off that way this season. We've been leading at all the races previous to this one at some point, and, you know, not ended up with any of the finishes that we needed.
A top 5 in Phoenix for Ryan Blaney has made him the 4th different driver in as many races to sit on top of the Cup Series regular season standings. He's followed by Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., William Byron, and Tyler Reddick.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Joe Fallon's bedroom mini fridge. Sure, this pint-sized chiller's max capacity is 3 soda cans, but what it lacks in stature, it makes up in cooling strength. Each beverage a perfect 37 degrees every time. And the 2 feet Joe walks to get a drink, priceless. That's why his mini fridge is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
It was a big weekend for Joe Gibbs and Toyota as his team not only won the Cup race, but was victorious on the Xfinity Series with Chandler Smith and claimed the ARCA race with William Sawalich. As you would expect, the coach was giddy.
Feels absolutely great. For this reason, we've kind of been off here, and I was really pleased that all of our cars were pretty strong. So I think that's good for us. I appreciate everybody that worked so hard on this new package, and our Xfinity group, everybody. And ARCA with William is a big deal for us.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Bundle home and auto and save. Visit progressive.com.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion
about everything. Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre. I'm the relationship banker for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. That's 315 Delahaye. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299 for Danville Auto Body Shop. You get sunshine, a high today 65, a low tonight of 45. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 70. Thursday, mostly sunny, and a high of 74. Right now, 6:52 in the morning on this Tuesday, March the 12th. And it's time for Silliness at Sunrise, and everyone's sixth favorite segment of the show, the dad joke of the day. 100% hilarious, so bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It is indeed your dad joke of the day.
Dad joke of the day.
All right, here we go, your dad joke of the day. What do lawyers wear to court? Caleb, you know what lawyers wear to court?
No, what do they wear to court?
Hold on. I got to cue up my laugh track here. Lawyers wear to court, they wear lawsuits. Thank you. I'll be here all morning. The dad joke of the day. Mondays through Fridays at this time on the Joe Show.
Welcome to the planet of the apps.
All right, here we go. In today's planet of the apps, it's a great check on your fitness, on your pulse. Have you heard of cardio? C-A-R-D-I-I-O. That's C-A-R-D-I-I-O, cardio. Now, you'll understand something. Blood absorbs light. So every time your heart beats, your blood flow to your finger, for example, increases, causing more light to be absorbed. So in between beats, less light is absorbed, and using your smartphone camera to capture any changes in reflected light from your finger, cardio can check your heart rate and your pulse. You don't have to do it with one of these fitness bands or, the watch or whatever. You just do it with the back of your camera. I used it. I downloaded it. It works. Remember the spelling, C-A-R-D-I-I-O. You can see your heart rate. I'm noticing mine right now, because I'm talking to you, is 73. All right. Cardio, 5-star rated. It's free in the App Store. Download Cardio and get the beat. It is Rick Dees in this molten magma every day. We call it the Planet of the Apps.
Yes, we do. The Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays in the Joe Show. At this time, leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight. Where in the spotlight today we have Byron Trimble. Byron Trimble, who talks about being an observationist. He likes to watch and observe. Brian Trimble in this morning's Country Comic Spotlight. Here it is.
I observe things. That's what I do.
As a comedian, that's what I do because, listen, I've gotten jaded over the last few years. I've been through some really hard times, and we'll talk about that here in a few minutes, but I've become just, you can tell when you're getting older just because you're kind of just more irritated. You know, and I'm told by people that get to a certain age that you hit like this moment in life where you just don't have a filter and you just don't care. And I've kind of hit it early, I feel like. You know, like for this show, I knew I was going to be on camera, get myself all videoed. And like 3 weeks ago, I'm like, I need to lose 30 pounds. And after like 4 hours, I was like, screw this. Because I don't know who needs to hear this tonight. But if you don't like the way you look, just wait. In 3 months, you'll wish you looked like you do now. I observe things. I believe there's two types of people in this world. And by round of applause, you guys let me know who I'm dealing with tonight, okay? The first group of people, imagine yourself in a parking lot and you see two cars about to back into each other. They don't know, but they're about to hit. Okay? Two groups of people. How many of you are, one, you would do anything you can to, like, help these people? Don't ruin your cars. You're going to honk, you're going to whistle, you're going to wait. Hey, sing! Is that you? Okay, you're good people.
Oh, great, an ad's going to pop up here in the middle of this. All right, we'll get to the second half of the second different type of person that he was talking about. If I can find my mouse. Here it is. All right, here we go.
You're going to help your fellow man. You got that hero gene, right? Okay. Okay. Then there's the rest of us who you sit there and you're going to watch these cars hit and you're going to go, this could be interesting. Let's see what happens.
The Country Comic Spotlight, Byron Trimble, which would have been a lot funnier if an ad for X-Men didn't pop up there in the middle of it. That's the Country Comic Spotlight this morning. Mondays through Fridays at 7:50 and Sylvanus at sunrise right here on The Joe Show. Hey, Caleb, have you ever been to Wendy's and had their breakfast? You ever had Wendy's breakfast before?
Yes, I have.
All right, so they had this new breakfast burrito on the menu. Have you tried that out yet?
No, not yet.
It's like super brand new, like just a couple of weeks in, right? So if you haven't been to Wendy's in the last couple of weeks, then you wouldn't have been able to even try it out. So you got to make sure, Caleb, that you try out the Wendy's breakfast burrito. And here's why. This is not your average run-of-the-mill, wimpy little fun-sized burrito. It's hearty and delicious. 6 strips of bacon, seasoned potatoes, 2 fresh cracked eggs, combine 2 words there, 2 slices of cheese, all wrapped up in a warm flour tortilla. So Wendy's new breakfast burrito, complete with breakfast in one hand, and you can have the side of seasoned potatoes as well if you want to make it a combo meal. And you got to really like potatoes because they have potatoes already in the burrito. But you can make it the combo meal with a side of potatoes and a coffee or an orange juice or a milk to drink. It's Wendy's breakfast burrito. Go get it for breakfast this morning and tell them you heard him on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville. News Talk Sports. 6:58 in the morning. We're 90 seconds away from top hour news. And 7 o'clock right here on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Come build your future at Parker Meggitt during the job fair today, 11 to 2. Bring a resume during a live interview at the Distribution Center, 120 Corporate Drive in Danville. They offer medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k with company match up to 8%, retirement income account, 13 paid holidays, 120 PTO hours plus education assistance. Starting pay begins at $17 an hour, up to $30 an hour plus, with a $2 an hour night premium. Apply today, 11 to 2 during the job fair. Bring a resume in Danville, 120 Corporate Drive. Parker Meggitt helps careers take flight.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Petals for Hope.
Chloe's Petals for Hope sponsors a survivor of suicide support group for adults the first Thursday of every month at the Boyle County Library Community Room from 6 to 7 p.m. Follow us on Facebook and look at our website, Chloe's Petals for Hope, for more information.
'Cause it's just around the corner, we'll find hope together. Chloe's Petals for Hope.
For help, call the crisis hotline 988.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
All right, 7 o'clock in the morning. Top Hour News is coming your way. We're talking with Daniel Elliott right after that.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WIMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Several states will hold presidential nominating contests today on the path to the November general election. Voters will head to the polls in Georgia, Hawaii, Mississippi, and Washington. This as both President Biden and former President Donald Trump are assured to win their party's nominations. President Biden is unveiling his sweeping budget proposal for his potential second term. Mark Mayfield with more.
The budget aims to reduce the federal deficit by $3 trillion over the next decade by raising taxes on the wealthy and corporations. That includes a 25% tax rate on billionaires. It also includes provisions to strengthen Medicare and Social Security, as well as boost manufacturing and create clean energy jobs and tax credits for first-time homebuyers. The budget is unlikely to become law in the divided Congress. I'm Mark Mayfield.
A former Boeing employee who raised concerns about production standards at the company has been found dead. John Barnett worked for Boeing for 32 years, giving evidence recently as part of a whistleblower lawsuit against the company. The coroner in Charleston County, South Carolina, says he died Saturday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Airbnb is banning the use of indoor security cameras at all of its global listings. Brian Shook with more.
The company says they want to simplify their policy on cameras and prioritize the privacy of our community. In a press release on the company website, they write, historically, the company has allowed indoor cameras as long as they were in common areas and the location was disclosed. Now they will not be allowed inside the listing regardless of their location. Video doorbells and decibel meters will still be allowed, but their locations must be disclosed.
Raspberry's frontman Eric Carmen has died. He was 74. Carmen's wife Amy broke the news on the singer's website, saying he passed away in his sleep over the weekend. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138.
100 migrants were caught on video racing across the border in the San Diego area on Sunday. Trey Thomas with the story.
Laura Ramirez shot the video as she was crossing through the port of entry into San Diego.
Saw a lot of women, children, men crossing. As a mother, I did really worry about the children. I saw children falling down, getting just pulled, trying to run.
NBC7 San Diego says the large group crossed a half mile from the port of entry on Sunday. I'm Trey Thomas.
Scott Peterson is still trying to clear his name 20 years after being convicted of murdering his wife and unborn son. Dina Kodiak with the latest.
In a Tuesday hearing, the Los Angeles Innocence Project is hoping a judge will allow them to get additional evidence from the first trial that they say could clear his name. Peterson was convicted in 2004 and given the death penalty, but in 2020, the California Supreme Court overturned the sentence, and the 51-year-old is now serving life without the possibility of parole. Lacey Peterson's body was found in the San Francisco Bay in 2003. I'm Dina Kodiak.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Dolly Parton thinks a cover of one of her most famous songs could be on Beyonce's country album. The country music icon told Knox News she believes Beyonce has recorded a version of Jolene for Act 2. Parton said she's very excited about it and that she loves Beyonce. She added that she's always been touched that Beyonce and her mother are fans of hers. A U.S. Navy seaman, second class from Michigan, who was on the USS Oklahoma at Pearl Harbor when it was attacked by Japan in 1941, has been identified. Raymond Boynton was just 19 when the surprise attack occurred, launching the U.S. into World War II.
It's an honor
as well, but it's still sad.
That's Harry Zeese, his lone surviving nephew, who says his mother never fully accepted that he died at Pearl Harbor because his remains hadn't been identified. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
If you're employed by the government or a nonprofit organization, you might be eligible to have your student loans forgiven with the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Employees of the federal, state, or local government or a nonprofit organization may qualify for loan forgiveness after making 120 months of qualifying payments. To be considered, go to studentaid.gov/PSLF. That's studentaid.gov/PSLF. That's where you'll certify your employment each year and anytime you change employers to confirm that you're on track toward forgiveness. Brought to you by the Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority, this station, and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Well, good morning to you folks. It's Tuesday. It is the 12th day of March. That's 031224 on your calendar, a day where we expect sunshine. We're in the mid-60s as a high. We got a forecast coming your way. News coming up here first, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda right here in Danville.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford, where we make it easy to do business with us. Our team is dedicated to providing you with a hassle-free experience from start to finish. Whether you're in the market for a new vehicle or need to get your current vehicle serviced, we have you covered. Stop by and see how easy we make it at 225 South Danville Bypass or anytime at StuartPowellFord.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
A traffic stop resulted in a Mercer County drug bust. It happened Saturday when Deputy Cruz was investigating a suspicious vehicle. When he traffic stopped that vehicle, the driver, Robert Medley, was found to be in possession of multiple drugs: methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. He was hit with 5 different charges and was lodged in jail. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer County Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. Lincoln County High School will be looking for a new principal. Last week, Lincoln County High School Principal Michael Godby announced that he would be retiring after nearly 30 years in education. Godby started off as an instructional assistant for Lincoln County, then became a teacher and administrator. Superintendent Bruce Smith, along with the Site-Based Decision-Making Council at the high school, will immediately begin the process of hiring an interim at the high school to finish up the year. Godby's last day at Lincoln County High School was last Thursday. We're familiar with the term name, image, likeness, but a new bill would add voice to that. Charles Backlund has the details.
Senate Bill 317 seeks to put protections in place for individuals who, through digitally deceptive means, see their persona used to deliver false and misleading messaging to the public. Just as name, image, and likeness property rights apply to college athletics, the unauthorized use through AI also extends to singers, celebrities, and other public figures. The measure also applies to private citizens. Deepfakes or other deceitful digital depictions can result in fines from $5,000 to $50,000 per violation. Senator Whitney Westerfield urges passage of the legislation.
We're on the very front edge of the technology and the implementations that exist. This is only going to get worse. We need to create the protection to make sure that artists whose livelihood depend on their sound, their work, their music, their artwork aren't taken advantage of.
Senate Bill 317 does not target impersonations clearly intended for personal interest or entertainment. Reporting at the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
The bill has cleared a Senate committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
TG Kentucky is engineer openings that offers a full benefit package including new competitive pay scale, 401k, medical, dental, vision, and prescription coverage, and 2 weeks vacation time. You begin accruing on your hire date. TG is one of the largest employers in Central Kentucky. Their plastic and rubber technologies contribute to safer, more comfortable, and environmentally friendly vehicles. Apply now at work4tg.com. That's work4tg.com. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. TG Kentucky is just minutes away on Main Street in Lebanon. TG Kentucky, always working to achieve the highest quality standards.
It's back, it's better, new owners and new style. In Danville on Stewart's Lane, it's the new Papa's Truck Stop.
Say what?
Open 24 hours for any time. Chicken, pizza, and snack bar always hits the spot. It's the new Papa's Truck Stop on Stewart's Lane in Danville.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet in Harrodsburg. They specialize in discount waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood, tile, carpet remnants, and so much more. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, Harrodsburg, 540 North College Street. Sunshine on this Tuesday, a high of 65, a low of 45. Tomorrow, sunshine and 70. Thursday, sunshine and 74. It's 7:11 in the morning. Real quickly, we do have some birthdays to update you on. There's 2 new names on here, and if I don't do it now, because it's on my mind now, then I'll forget. Happy birthday to Alexis Nolan Crow. And we had Jane call her name in. Shout out to Jane Nolan. Alexis Nolan Crow having a birthday. And Nicole Farmer having a birthday today as well. She is the bride of Jerry Farmer, and Jerry's playing it cool. That's still cutting up. Jerry says happy 34th to Nicole Farmer today. So happy 34th to her. And we welcome on to the show Boyle County State Rep Daniel Elliott. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
Hey, Joe. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, Daniel. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing okay. Happy birthday to Nicole. She's in the circuit clerk's office. So
there you go.
Happy birthday to her.
Happy 34th to her. Now, Daniel, what year did you graduate from Boyle County?
2003.
Okay, so 2003. So that was that after Jerry? Or no? Yeah, that was after Jerry, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
All right.
And it's, we had our 20th reunion last year, so that was kind of sobering.
That is, 2023.
Yeah, high school, 20 years.
Well, I graduated in 2007. Of course, I went to Danville, and we had I guess it was our 10-year reunion in 2017. So it's been 15 years since I've been out. More than 15 years now since I've been out. Time flies when you're having fun. Ain't that right, Daniel?
That's right.
Yes.
Time flies.
Good stuff. Well, Daniel, what happened there yesterday on the House floor as you all began the week there in Frankfort?
Joe, we passed 10 bills, so it was pretty busy for a Monday night. And probably the biggest one was House Bill 11, which regulates nicotine products and, got a lot of attention over the last, at least from constituents by email. And it's targeting those vape products that have not been authorized and approved by FDA, and we have an epidemic across the state, and with younger people getting a hold of these products, using them in school, and there was a debate on it. There was some opposition to it because of the idea that adults should be able to purchase these products, but I think it's a safety issue in a lot of ways, in that some of these vaping products are coming from overseas, being sold, by our retailers, and we don't necessarily know what is in them. We hope they're safe, but FDA has a guideline system that we've now, at least on the House side, we'll see how it goes in the Senate, but we'll ban those products that are not regulated, that are not approved and regulated by FDA from being sold and purchased in Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm looking at House Bill 11 right now. It looks like, Daniel, it's kind of a 2-part thing. Number one, it would keep e-cigarettes and vapes, like you said, without FDA approval out of Kentucky stores. And then for those that do have approval, they cannot be sold to anyone 21 years or younger. So is it kind of a 2-part bill then?
Right. It is. And, a few years ago we moved the age limit on tobacco control products to 21, which, would be all tobacco products. So, but yes, that's right. That's right.
So that was one of the bills that you all approved there on the House floor. You said that was the biggest one, so some of the others don't move the needle too much, huh?
No, I mean, obviously the people who had brought the bills forward, my colleagues, they were important to them because they were their bills, but I think that was, in my mind, the biggest one that I saw. Of course, now in the press, you're going to see quite a bit on interference with a legislative proceeding, which created a crime in that respect. But I think the one that has the most effect would be House Bill 11, because superintendents across Kentucky, have been crying out for help.
Yes.
And so this would also create a registry with the state where these retailers would have to report their activities, and the fines would be issued if they are caught selling to minors. And so we have to protect our young people.
With Boyle and Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott. Daniel, what do you think you all tackle this week, or maybe even today, on the House floor?
Joe, I think we probably will take up House Bill 3, which is at some point in the week, which is a bill strengthening our response to human trafficking. Making sure that we have appropriate signage in airports and highly trafficked people areas across the state, as I like to say. Unfortunately, that is becoming a horrible scourge, I guess you could say, across the country, and it's no different in Kentucky. We've strengthened, at least on the House side, we've tried to strengthen the penalties for human trafficking, and so that's been a focus of the Attorney General's office. And I think at some point this week we'll take that bill up.
And that's House Bill 3, you said?
That's House Bill 3.
Yeah. How many days do you have left in session, and what's the latest status on the budget, Daniel? Haven't heard much talk about that.
No, it's still on the Senate side. I think yesterday was day 48.
All right, so you have 12 days left?
This will be 49. So, yeah, I haven't heard a lot of talk, actually, about the budget on the Senate side.
Yeah. Well, next time they're meeting, Daniel, you knock on the door and stick your head in session and say, hey, I just want to let y'all know we only got 11 days left in the budget. We haven't heard anything from you all, so just wanted to remind you all, okay, y'all can get back to session now.
There you go, Joe.
It's that simple, right?
Every 2 years. Right. It just happens every 2 years, though. You'd think it would be sort of get it done early and get it out of the way, but that never happens.
Yeah. Boyle and Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott. Daniel, what time do you all gavel in today? 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Well, good stuff. Daniel, appreciate you being on. You have safe travels to Frankfort, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Thanks, Joe.
All right, Daniel,
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye. That's Daniel Elliott Boyle and Casey County State Representative. 7:19 in the morning. Sports is coming your way as the Big Daddy. Steve Bertram makes his morning debut. And Caleb and myself will go over some of the news headlines as well. It's coming up right after this.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred with Stuart Powell Ford here in Danville. And since 1949, Stuart Powell has made it easy for Central Kentuckians to purchase new and pre-owned vehicles by providing quality products and services at a fair price, all while treating our customers like family. What you may not know is that we also purchase vehicles directly from individuals. We pay market value for pre-owned vehicles, and there is never an obligation to purchase another one from us. So stop by and see us here at 225 South Danville Bypass, and we'll make it easy for you to sell it at a fair price while being treated like family.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. It was Heartbreak City for the Northern schools in the boys' 12th Region Tournament last night as both Mercer County and Danville Christian Academy went down. In the opening semifinal, the Titans took a 10-point lead early in the fourth quarter, but then saw Pulaski County go on a 19-0 run. Final score, Pulaski County 54, Mercer County 48. In the nightcap, DCA held a 9-point lead with less than a minute to go as Somerset battled back to send it into overtime. After 3 overtimes, it was Somerset 60, Danville Christian Academy 57. Somerset's at Pulaski County for the boys' 12th Region title tonight at 7. The men's SEC postseason tournament begins this week in Nashville. 9th-ranked Kentucky wound up as a 2 seed and will play its first game Friday night at 7 versus the winner of Texas A&M and Ole Miss on Z105. The SEC men's action begins tomorrow night with Vanderbilt versus Arkansas at 7, followed by Georgia and Missouri in Bridgestone Arena. Girls 12th Region champion Danville Christian Academy is preparing for its first ever trip to the Girls Sweet 16, which tips off tomorrow afternoon in Rupp Arena. DCA beat West Jessamine 63-46 to earn the title. DCA next faces top-ranked Cooper from the 9th Region, who advanced with a 51-26 win over Ryle. Danville Christian Academy and Cooper play Thursday night at 8:30 on Z105. Kentucky football has picked up a couple of commits in the recruiting class of 2025. 6'2", 205-pound quarterback Brennan Ward from Columbus, Ohio, and 5'11", 210-pound running back Isaiah West from Philadelphia chose the Cats. Both are 3-star recruits. Kentucky basketball got a commitment from 6'6" shooting guard Carter Knox Saturday evening. He's considered the 19th best player in the class of 2024. Carter Knox is a younger brother of former UK forward Kevin Knox. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Oh, it is so true. A nasty car don't run good. You want to make sure you get your car running great but looking great. Go to Thoroughbred Car Wash off Perryville Road, Danville. Your car will love you for it. Nothing better than a clean car from Thoroughbred Car Wash, Danville.
At the car wash. Working at the car wash, yeah.
That's Thoroughbred Car Wash in the Big Lot Shopping Center.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Well, thank you there, Jackie boy. It's brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote. 236-6686 for Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. Sunshine today and a high of 65. Great baseball weather day for Boyle County Baseball's opening day. Danville opened their season yesterday. Got a win in extra innings. Fox Spears, the hero for Danville. An RBI double in extras to chase home the game-winning run. Danville won 4-3 in extra innings over Washington County. County. And now the Rebels kick off their season today against Lafayette in what'll be a big-time challenge for them. So great day for baseball weather today. Tomorrow, sunshine, 70 is your high. Thursday, mostly sunny, and a high of 74. Right now, it is 7:25 in the morning on this Tuesday, March the 12th, as we see what's breaking and trending this morning, waking you up with the news headlines. And here we go. Starting off with story number one, where the Boeing whistleblower who raised concerns about production standards as a part of the company has been found dead. Oh, John Barnett worked for Boeing for 32 years, giving evidence recently as a part of a whistleblower lawsuit against the company. The coroner in Charleston County, South Carolina, says he died Saturday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Boeing released a statement saying, quote, "We are saddened by Mr. Barnett's passing, and our thoughts are with his family and friends. The plane maker continues to be under investigation after a door plug flew off a plane in mid-flight." Caleb, what do you have?
All right, so first we have North Carolina Place Your Bets, mobile and online sports wagering started in North Carolina yesterday. There's several licensed gambling operators getting things going 9 months after legislation approving statewide sports gambling went into law. Registered customers in the state can bet on professional, college, or Olympic-style sports, making North Carolina the 30th state to approve mobile sports betting.
There you go, so you can gamble in North Carolina now. All right, here we go. A former Mar-a-Lago employee and witness in Donald Trump's classified documents case is speaking out. Brian Butler spilled details on CNN on how he unknowingly helped move boxes of classified information from Mar-a-Lago to the former president's plane in 2022. On the same day, Trump and his attorneys were meeting with the Justice Department at the Florida estate about the materials. Butler, who gave testimony to federal investigators in the case, said he doesn't believe the criminal case against Trump is a, quote, witch hunt, as the former president has consistently said. Trump faces dozens of criminal charges in the case, including willful retention of national defense information and conspiracy to obstruct justice. Caleb, what do you have for us?
All right, up next we have Airbnb. Airbnb has banned indoor security cameras in a move that some might think is overdue, made by the rental platform Airbnb. Airbnb is banning indoor security cameras from rental properties listed on its site. Previously, the platform allowed cameras in common areas, including rental properties, but those will now be banned. The company now says that rules would likely to affect only a smaller subset of listings, since most properties don't have any cameras installed. Airbnb said in a release that it's looking to reinvent itself over the next several years.
There you go. We told you yesterday about the continuing talk in Washington about the dangers of TikTok. And yesterday, Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary weighed in on Fox and Friends. When asked about TikTok being banned, O'Leary interrupted saying, quote, "Not going to get banned because I'm going to buy it. If the legislation currently moving through Congress passes into law, forcing Chinese company ByteDance to divest itself of TikTok or see it become illegal in the U.S., O'Leary said he'll form a consortium of investors to purchase the app and turn it into an American company." That's what he said on Fox and Friends.
I'm going to buy it. Somebody's going to buy it. It won't be Meta, and it won't be Google, because the regulator will stop that. A syndicate will be formed. I would like to be involved, obviously.
And there you go. That's what's breaking and trending on this Tuesday morning in Danville and Boyle County and the national headlines on The Joe Show. It's 7:28. We're 90 seconds away from another Kentucky News Network flying through the morning. County Agent's Corner coming up at 7:40. With Alexis Sheffield.
Hi, this is Deanna Charles at the Danville H&R Block. Do you have a small business in need of bookkeeping, payroll, or other business services? At H&R Block, we do it all, from simple sole proprietorships to partnerships, corporations, estates and trusts, and even nonprofit returns. With our monthly business services starting at just $50 per month, our prices are competitive and can allow you to focus on your business while we take care of your books. Give us a call at 859-236-3281 to learn more about our small business services, or stop by the office at 216 Brent Avenue in Danville.
The Hometown Radio Network Sports Sports. Broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school basketball, the girls' Sweet 16. It's Thursday night at 8:30 as Danville Christian Academy takes on Cooper High School out of Northern Kentucky. It is, again, an 8:30 tip-off, and we'll have it on Z105. UK basketball takes on the SEC tournament. They play Friday night. It is a 7 o'clock tip-off. That's a 5:30 pregame. We'll have it on Z105 WRNZ FM.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
All righty. How about a little Leonard Skinner for you on this Tuesday morning, March the 12th, 41 degrees here in Danville. It's 7:30. Our news with KNN is now.
This is the Kentucky News Network. Another push to ban no-knock warrants nationally right around the anniversary of Breonna Taylor being killed in Louisville.
The Justice for Breonna Taylor Act will protect people, protect law enforcement officers, and ultimately make our community safer.
Congressman Morgan McGarvey holding a news conference today with Senator Rand Paul.
The local ordinance and the state ordinance are incredibly important. This is one additional step, actually. I think if the local ordinance and the state ordinance had been, there's a good chance Breonna would still be alive.
Senator Paul initially filed the Justice for Breonna Taylor Act in 2020. The measure would prohibit federal law enforcement, along with state and local police that get federal funding, from executing no-knock warrants. Breonna Taylor was killed March 13th of 2020 when Louisville Metro Police served a no-knock warrant on her apartment. Since her death, the Kentucky General Assembly and Louisville Metro government have passed laws restricting or banning the use of no-knock warrants. A Western Kentucky church getting millions in federal funding to recover from the 2021 tornadoes.
FEMA says it has approved nearly $5 million for the Mayfield First United Methodist Church, which was destroyed by an EF4 tornado back in December of 2021. That money will go toward just about everything to replace the church that was originally built in 1919, including the organ and stained glass windows. They are now taking applications from contractors. I'm Rick Ucino.
Investigators say the shooting last week in Wolfe County that put multiple schools on a precautionary lockdown happened because of a fight over a four-wheeler. Pedro Torrices allegedly shot someone twice during that argument Friday in the Bethany community. Torrices was arrested nearly a day later. He is facing multiple charges. And daily nonstop flights resuming between Louisville and Dallas. Southwest Airlines says flights from Muhammad Ali International and Dallas Love Field will start October 3rd. I'm Jack Crumley. This is the Kentucky News Network.
Buyer beware. No matter what you're in the market for, it's buyer beware. This is Lauren from B&L Jewelers. Every day we see people come into B&L Jewelers and want us to look at the great deal they got online or at a discount jewelry store. Usually, the item they bought is not really what they thought they were getting, which leads to disappointment. Love gets better with B&L Jewelers. Here at B&L Jewelers, we try to educate you on the diamond you are buying. So when you give the gift of love, you have all the confidence of your decision to buy from B&L Jewelers was the correct one. We back up all of our jewelry with a lifetime guarantee and a trade-up policy, which you will receive full credit of the purchase price for your diamond in the future. As always, we offer special financing and 6 months free layaway. Come and see us here at B&L Jewelers today in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Love gets better with
B&L Jewelers. Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
A traffic stop resulted in a Mercer County drug bust. It happened Saturday when Deputy Cruz was investigating a suspicious vehicle. When he traffic stopped that vehicle, the driver, Robert Medley, was found to be in possession of multiple drugs: methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. He was hit with 5 different charges and was lodged in jail. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer County Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. Lincoln County High School will be looking for a new principal. Last week, Lincoln County High School principal Michael Godby announced that he would be retiring after nearly 30 years in education. Godby started off as an instructional assistant for Lincoln County, then became a teacher and administrator. Superintendent Bruce Smith, along with the Site-Based Decision-Making Council at the high school, will immediately begin the process of hiring an interim at the high school to finish up the year. Godby's last day at Lincoln County High School was last Thursday. We're familiar with the term name, image, likeness, but a new bill would add voice to that. Charles Backlund has the details.
Senate Bill 317 seeks to put protections in place for individuals who, through digitally deceptive means, see their persona used to deliver false and misleading messaging to the public. Just as name, image, and likeness property rights apply to college athletics, the unauthorized use through AI also extends to singers, celebrities, and other public figures. The measure also applies to private citizens. Deepfakes or other deceitful digital depictions can result in fines from $5,000 to $50,000 per violation. Senator Whitney Westerfield urges passage of the legislation.
We're on the very front edge of the technology and the implementations that exist. This is only going to get worse. We need to create the protection to make sure that artists whose livelihood depend on their sound, their work, their music, their artwork aren't taken advantage of.
Senate Bill 317 does not target impersonations clearly intended for personal interest or entertainment. Reporting at the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Backlund.
The bill has cleared a Senate committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Do you know why a baseball player wants to make it to second base over just first base? Do you know why someone would order a double shot of espresso? Because a double is always better than a single, and the same goes for the Big Mac. Oh, glorious Big Mac. The only way to make you better was to double you. 4 100% beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Oh, you sandwich of deliciousness, you double Big Mac. Get it today at McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'll give you a free quote. Of course they will. 236-6686. Sunshine, a high of 65, a low tonight 45. Tomorrow, sunshine and a high of 70. Thursday, mostly sunny and a high of 74. Right now, it is 7:38 in the morning, and we've got Alexis Sheffield on the telephone. Good morning, Alexis. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I swear every time, even though I know it's my week to call in, I panic if it rings too much, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not my week. I shouldn't be calling. I'm messing up everything.
Yeah, so we have Boyle County Senior in studio with us. His name is Caleb Hackworth. Caleb, say hi to Alexis.
Hello.
There you go. And Caleb and myself got caught up talking high school football, and I realized my weather forecast was getting ready to play, and I looked over, and the phone was ringing. See, it doesn't ring. There's no ring in studio, because if you had the ringer on, you'd hear it in the background the whole show. Right? And I didn't realize you were calling in, Alexis, so I blame Caleb.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy to blame the new guy, right?
That's fair.
Yeah. Alexis is on here with the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Alexis Sheffield.
So I know Jessica talked to you guys last week about garden planning, so I wanted to kind of further that up by talking about specifically the spring garden this morning. I know we've hit on this, several times, but I also know that a lot of people call and forget and you're driving, and so just kind of some quick little reminders for you about the spring garden. And if you've never tried a spring garden before, it's never too late to start. So a little bit about it. Spring garden contains cool season crops, and they are planted and they're harvested from late winter into late spring. So you're going to harvest these through about the time you're going to put your tomatoes in most of the time. So it's kind of perfect planning. So the seed of some of these crops can be planted directly into the garden soil, which is one of the benefits, or some of them you can start as transplants in your growing area, or you can often go purchase them. I know a lot of the stores are starting to have some of those out, but some of our favorite spring ones like carrots and radishes, lettuce, all of those can be direct seeded, so you've not run out of time at all as long as you can get your soil worked up. And so these plants grow better with relatively cool air temperatures, so 50 to 65 is best. And, having cooler nights or a couple warmer days, as we just heard the weather, we're going to have some days above 65, which I'm not complaining about. That's okay, but what we don't want is to have sort of those consistent above 65, above 70 days, because that summer heat really can reduce their quality. They reduce their vegetative growth, and they will force some of these flowers. They're thinking, oh, hey, it's about to be summer. It's time for me to flower. And so we call that bolting. You might have heard that term before. But essentially, it's just that plant saying it's time to flower, set seeds, and at the end of my life cycle, it's time to reproduce. And so these often develop off flavors. You'll get lettuce that is really bitter tasting, broccoli that is kind of a weird spicy flavor and not in a good way, and you get low yields. And so it is good to make sure you're getting those in now. Like I said, it's a great time to direct seed, as long as, I said, you can work your soil. And so we've talked about this, I think, last time. A really good way to test if you can work your soil or not, and if it's not too wet, is to grab a handful of soil, form it into a ball, and drop it from about waist high. If that clod kind of busts up when it falls, it's dry enough to work. And if it stays, relatively together, maybe it only splits in half, then it's probably still a little bit too wet. Wait another day or so. But if you have raised beds, or even if you're doing a no-till garden, and if you want more info on that, please feel free to contact me. But if you're doing a no-till garden or something like that, you can go right in and sow those. And with, like I said, carrots and lettuce, even if you can get a small layer, an inch or so of compost down on top of your soil before you work it, you can often sow those really tiny seeds right in there, and you don't need to worry about doing any tillage, at least for them. They're very shallow rooted, and they will be A-okay. So that's a good way to go. And one other thing, and so it's sort of the opposite of what we talk about a lot, but in the early spring, you don't want to use any mulch. So when we talk about tomatoes and peppers and all that, we say we want you to mulch them. We want to keep that soil nice and cool. We want to keep the water in. But the kind of the opposite is true this time of year. So the soils are still relatively cool. I think when I was looking at the Mesonet weather station over there at my office, which if you don't know about that, you can get data about soil temperatures as well as just general weather data right from Boyle County. And so I believe we were looking at temperatures in the mid-50s when I checked the other day. And so that's perfect time, but it also means that that soil is nice and cool. And so by putting in mulches on top of that, you're preventing the sunlight from hitting that soil and preventing it from warming up. And so things take a lot longer. They stay a little bit too waterlogged this time of year. So you want to wait till about May 1st to go ahead and put down those mulches. So something just maybe a little bit different than what we're used to. As far as what you can grow right now, like I said, direct seeded would be best. But if you can't find any transplants, but I like Bib lettuce, carrots, celery. You can do kale and a leaf lettuce, mustard greens. You can put in your onions. Peas, super easy, super quick. These are really, really great to do with kids, especially because you get a lot of reward really quickly for those. They only take about 40 to 60 days. You also can start your potatoes, spinach, and those are just the ones that you can direct seed. And so you can go buy transplants of things like cauliflower or broccoli if you like those types of things as well. And those are cool, like I said, those cool season crops. And if you want the entire list of what those are, we have a publication called Home Vegetable Gardening in Kentucky. I call it the Bible of Vegetable Gardening. And so we have copies of those at our office, or you can just look that up online. That's Home Vegetable Gardening in Kentucky. The number on that is ID 128. And so that has a really great chart in that if you ever want to look that up in the future. Or again, call me, call Jessica, Jay, Tyler, whoever, and they will help you make sure that you can get a hold of that. And that's today's Farm and Home News. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, service of the Boyle, Lincoln, Garrett, and Mercer County UK Extension Offices.
There you go, Alexis Sheffield with the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Alexis, before we go, I've got some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Alexis, are you ready?
Ready.
All right, then. Fact number 1, Alexis. There are still people in this world that are named Hitler. And as recently as 10 years ago, the country with the most citizens named Hitler was Peru, with more than...
I was going to say South America somewhere.
Yeah, 2,300. Why would that be your guess? I would have, like, that wouldn't... Peru, of all countries, 2,300 Hitlers. You had a...
Well, that's a lot of the Germans went to South America when they escaped the Nazis, I should say, not the Germans. Nazis went to South America, escaping, justice.
I had justice. I had no idea that was the case.
Really? Yeah, look it up. It's very interesting. There's a lot of German populations down in areas of South America.
I wonder if their name, that's their first name or their last name. Like, if you just happen to have the last name, like...
Right, you're like, it's not my fault.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just generations removed here. But if your first name, then that's a little much.
Yeah, and you can get that changed.
Number 2, we call chicken and turkey legs drumsticks. Do you know why? Why we do that?
Please tell me it's because, some ancient king didn't, beat the drums with a giant turkey leg.
That's the second story. The first story is this. It wasn't polite to say the word leg at the dinner table in the 1700s and 1800s. Thighs and breasts were called dark meat and white meat back then. I can't imagine why. There were things that were done a long time ago, Alexis, and I watch, Leave It to Beaver or whatever it may be, and I'm like, why did they have to wear suits to dinner?
Yeah.
And I get there are probably older generations listening to this show right now saying, well, life was much better back then. And I would argue wearing suits to the dinner table did not make life better. It had to make life more inconvenient.
When you watch those old shows like Downton Abbey and stuff like that, and they're changing for dinner into a big fancy dress and suits and coats with tails. It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I was listening to a radio program, and the host said when he was a child, he was not allowed to speak at the dinner table. That he was just, if he spoke, he got in trouble, so he had to sit there and listen and observe. And I'm thinking, what kind of life is that for a child? Can't even speak while you're eating dinner?
Well, maybe he was one of those children who speak a little too much every other time, and his parents needed some peace. I mean,
yeah, maybe so. He did go on to be a radio host, so maybe that could be the case. He talked too much. Number 3, the state bird of Utah is the California gull. So it's not even their own state bird. It came from California, for crying out loud.
Well, yeah, that's true. Poor things.
Number 4.
So we don't have any other birds.
No. Benjamin Harrison, everyone's favorite president, had 2 pet possums. One was named Mr. Reciprocity, The other was named Mr. Protection.
Don't worry about me. I have Mr. Protection.
Yeah, I've got possums. And number 5, there is a layer of copper that covers the Statue of Liberty. It is only slightly thicker than a penny. So that's not a real thick layer of copper, though the Statue of Liberty is very, very tall. So it's a lot of copper overall, but it's not a thick layer of copper.
Meanwhile, there's people out there like, how do we steal that?
Yeah, is there a way we can melt the Statue of Liberty down? That has got to be the next kind of like theme of the Despicable Me movies. Gru tries to steal the Statue of Liberty to burn it down for copper because he's late on his bills or something like that.
See, I immediately went old school to National Treasure, and it was like, how do we steal the Declaration of Independence?
How do we steal the Statue of Liberty's nest?
That's
That's good,
me showing
too.
my age.
No, that's good, too. That could be the National Treasure theme as well. Absolutely could. The plot to that next movie. Alexis Sheffield with the County Agent's Corner. Alexis, appreciate you being on. You have a good, fun, and a safe Tuesday. We'll talk to you again on Thursday, okay?
Sounds great. Thanks, Joe.
Bye. That's Alexis Sheffield with the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 7:50 in the morning. We are booking a flight and going out to Hollywood, the world of weird, where the celebrities live. It's coming up next.
Pack your bags. We're going to take you on a musical journey like no other with Take 3. They'll be at the Boyle County Performing Arts Center Thursday, March 14th at 7 p.m. That's where rock meets Bach. This unique trio of violin, cello, and piano brings together the power and energy of rock music with the sophistication and beauty of classical Bach. Experience a fusion of styles that'll leave you breathless and wanting more. With their virtuosic performances and electrifying stage presence, Take 3 is a must-see show that'll thrill audiences of all ages. Don't you dare miss it. It will be Thursday, March 14th at 7 p.m. Boyle County Performing Arts Center, Take 3. Classically infusing the favorites of the Beatles, Bieber, or Coldplay. Take 3 are nothing short of exhilarating and have electrified audiences for years. Take 3, Boyle County Performing Arts Center, Thursday, March 14th, 7 p.m. The Boyle County Performing Arts Center is located at 315 Cunningham Way, Boyle County Middle School.
Wake up to a treat that's more than cereal.
Beautiful morning.
Big Deals Online Store is throwing a breakfast party. Break away from your boring breakfast routine with Wendy's new breakfast burrito. Visit hometownlive.net's Big Deals Online Store and click the link to enter the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. A scrumptious mix of breakfast burritos, seasoned fries, and more are up for grabs. You could win a Wendy's breakfast party for 25 people in your office from Wendy's and Hometown Radio Network. Enter now at hometownlive.net. Click on the Big Deals Online Store link. You'll feel sunny side up all day long.
Beautiful morning.
No purchase necessary to register. Sign up once a day to increase your odds to win. It's going to be a delicious good time. Sign up your office by this Friday to win.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. It was Heartbreak City for the Northern schools in the boys' 12th Region Tournament last night as both Mercer County and Danville Christian Academy went down. In the opening semifinal, the Titans took a 10-point lead early in the fourth quarter, but then saw Pulaski County go on a 19-0 run. Final score, Pulaski County 54, Mercer County 48. In the nightcap, DCA held a 9-point lead with less than a minute to go as Somerset battled back to send it into overtime. After 3 overtimes, it was Somerset 60, Danville Christian Academy 57. Somerset's at Pulaski County for the boys' 12th region title tonight at 7. The men's SEC postseason tournament begins this week in Nashville. 9th-ranked Kentucky wound up as a 2 seed and will play its first game Friday night at 7 versus the winner of Texas A&M and Ole Miss on Z105. The SEC men's action begins tomorrow night with Vanderbilt versus Arkansas at 7, followed by Georgia and Missouri in Bridgestone Arena. Girls 12th Region champion Danville Christian Academy is preparing for its first ever trip to the Girls Sweet 16, which tips off tomorrow afternoon in Rupp Arena. DCA beat West Jessamine 63-46 to earn the title. DCA next faces top-ranked Cooper from the 9th Region, who advanced with a 51-26 win over Ryle. Danville Christian Academy and Cooper play Thursday night at 8:30 on Z105. Kentucky football has picked up a couple of commits in the recruiting class of 2025. 6'2", 205-pound quarterback Brennan Ward from Columbus, Ohio, and 5'11", 210-pound running back Isaiah West from Philadelphia chose the Cats. Both are three-star recruits. Kentucky basketball got a commitment from 6'6" shooting guard Carter Knox Saturday evening. He's considered the 19th best player in the class of 2024. Carter Knox is a younger brother of former UK forward Kevin Knox. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at the Big Deals online store. Go to hometownlive.net, shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses and big-time discounts. Save up to 50% every single day, folks. The Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. Sunshine on this Tuesday afternoon. 65 degrees is your high. A low tonight of 45. Tomorrow, sunshine and a high of 70. On Thursday, mostly sunny and a high of 74. Right now, it's 7:56 in the morning, and we are heading out west, where the weirdos live. Celebrities, of course, the showbiz segment. Those people so rich and famous, they're disassociated with reality. And that's why we talk about them. It's celebrities. All right, Christina Applegate is not doing too well, and she says she's kind of living a horrible life because of multiple sclerosis. She was diagnosed back in 2021. In a preview for today's interview on Good Morning America, she says, quote, "I'm not out a lot, so this is a little difficult just for my system. But of course, the support is wonderful, and I'm really grateful." Christina also says she blacked out when she presented at the Emmys back in January. Quote, "People said, 'Oh, you are so funny.' And I'm like, I don't even know what I said. I don't know what I was doing. I got so freaked out. I didn't even know what was happening anymore. And I felt really beloved, and it was a beautiful thing. I probably shouldn't say this. The audience stood up for everybody. In case you missed it, Christina received a standing ovation and joked that everyone was shaming her with disabilities by standing up." Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's 10-year-old daughter, Northwest, has been working on her debut album. Kanye brought her out during his Vultures 2 listening party Sunday night in Phoenix to make the announcement. North says it'll be called Elementary School Dropout, which is an obvious nod to Kanye's 2004 debut album called The College Dropout. That album dropped when I was in high school, and people that was like the album to listen to, and it was a great album. She recently became one of the youngest artists to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 for her contribution to the song Talking on Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign's Vultures 1. And this thing with Kate Middleton and that picture with her kids went from who cares to wait, this is kinda weird to okay, what in the world's going on here? First, Kensington Palace released the photo to prove to us all that Kate was alive and well. There were rumors going around that Kate was not doing well. Then major news agencies questioned whether or not the picture was manipulated. Now Kate is admitting it's manipulated and apologizing for that. She says, quote, "Like many amateur photographs and photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion in the family photograph we shared yesterday. I hope everyone celebrated and had a very happy Mother's Day." Mother's Day in the UK was on Sunday. The supposed giveaways that the photo was edited with are Princess Charlotte's arm not lining up with her sleeve and a lack of focus on Prince George's right hand. That's what cued people into it. Kate Middleton admitted that she edited a photo. 10-year-old Northwest announces her debut album. And Christina Applegate living a tough life because of MS. And that's what's going on out in Hollywood. in the Showbiz segment. Back here in Danville, we are hungry for a sandwich, and we're going to Melton's Deli. Caleb, do you like Melton's Deli?
I do, yes.
Yeah, what's your go-to sandwich? Do you have one?
I don't know. We have Melton's Deli at football sometimes when we.
Yeah,
our
I know
meals.
that Coach Haddock's go-to is the
He
Colonel
loves-
Chicken,
yeah,
right?
He loves Melton's Deli.
Yeah, so let's go with the Colonel Chicken today, then. It's number 9 on the Melton's Deli menu. All-natural grilled chicken breast, 2 slices of provolone cheese, crisp bacon, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, served in a toasted onion bun. The Colonel Chicken at Melton's Deli in Danville, Melton's number 1, and Melton's number 2, the number 1 location on East Main Street, number 2 at 995 Ben Ally Drive. Tell them you heard it on the Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. 8 o'clock in the morning, we are halfway home on WHIR Danville. Here's your top hour news.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Biden is calling on Congress to work with his administration to lower health care costs.
I'm thinking about millions of Americans out there who are lying in bed at night staring at the ceiling wondering, what if it happens? What if it happens to me? How am I going to pay for it?
While speaking in New Hampshire on Monday, the president outlined his health care agenda, which includes expanding the Affordable Care Act and capping out-of-pocket drug costs for seniors on Medicare. He contrasted his plan with Republican lawmakers who he says want to repeal Obamacare and put Social Security and Medicare on the chopping block. He called out Republican frontrunner, former President Trump by name, who on Monday floated the idea of cutting spending on entitlement programs, but later tried to clarify, saying he was talking about cutting waste. U.S. Department of Justice Special Counsel Robert WHIR is scheduled to testify before a Republican-led House panel today. Scott Carr reports.
WHIR was asked by members of the Republican-led House to investigate President Joe Biden's handling of classified documents, though ultimately declined to bring any criminal charges against the president, saying the facts stopped short of finding that Biden had willfully retained classified material. His public testimony will be held before the House Judiciary Committee, led by Republican Jim Jordan of Ohio. I'm Scott Carr in Washington.
Several states will hold presidential nominating contests today on the path to the November general election. Voters will head to the polls in Georgia, Hawaii, Mississippi, and Washington. This as both President Biden and former President Trump are all but assured to win their party's nominations. Top intelligence officials are warning of threats facing the U.S. coming from our southern border. During a hearing on Capitol Hill Monday, FBI Director Christopher Wray said some smuggling networks have ISIS ties. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Your adventure awaits at the Kentucky Horse Park. Experience live horse presentations, meet retired racing legends, and get up close to unique breeds from around the world. Dive into equine history at the park's International Museum of the Horse. And for a truly immersive experience, get in the saddle for a scenic horseback ride. With activities for every age, the Kentucky Horse Park promises an unforgettable journey for all. Plan your trip by visiting kyhorsepark.com. That's kyhorsepark.com.
Do you know what red flags to look for when considering an investment opportunity? Fraudulent sellers might make unsolicited contact, tell you everyone is buying it, and pressure you to invest right now. They make hefty promises over the phone, but never put them in writing. At the Department of Financial Institutions, we have a saying. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. We're on a mission to educate Team Kentucky and protect your hard-earned dollars. Visit us online at kfi.ky.gov for more information.
A 4-person crew is back on Earth after a pre-dawn splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico. Rory O'Neill reports.
Crew 7 is home safe after riding their SpaceX capsule Endeavour to waters just off the coast of Pensacola.
Dragon splashdown.
SpaceX copies, see the same. The crew includes astronauts from America, Europe, Japan, and Russia, and wrapped up a 6-month mission to the International Space Station. This was the 5th time that this Crew Dragon capsule named Endeavour has been flown on a mission to the ISS. I'm Rory O'Neill.
Donald Trump is trying to delay the start of his upcoming hush money trial in New York. More from Liz Warner.
Lawyers for the former president filing a new motion requesting that the trial, set to begin in just 2 weeks, now be postponed until after the Supreme Court weighs in on Trump's claim of presidential immunity. The High Court's not scheduled to hear that case until April 25th, and a ruling may not come until the end of the court's term in June or July. This criminal case is related to hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential election.
Thousands will be flocking to Texas next month to see a total solar eclipse. Hill country hotels have already been snatched up, leading some to consider renting out their house to these stargazers.
It provides an opportunity for financial gain, but it also introduces some financial risk.
Andrew Femuth with USAA Insurance says that not all homeowners' policies include use as a rental. Without the right coverage, owners could be liable if someone gets hurt on the property. If you're planning to rent out your home, he says, call your insurance agent first. An estimated $735 million. That's what tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is up to. The cash option on that works out to more than $356 million. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Wow, Tricky's Car Wash is ready to make your vehicle look its very best. Tricky's Car Wash behind Smart Lube off South 4th Street. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, and on Saturdays by appointment. Pickup and delivery service is available. 583-0560. Wash only $15. Wash and interior $25. Wash plus wax plus interior $50. And full detail, talk with Tricky. Tricky's Car Wash, 430 Bay Street, 583-0560. Right behind Smart Lube off South 4th. Tricky's Car Wash.
Come build your future at Parker Meggitt during the job fair today, 11 to 2. Bring a resume during a live interview at the Distribution Center, 120 Corporate Drive in Danville. They offer medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k with company match up to 8%, retirement income account, 13 paid holidays, 120 PTO hours plus education assistance. Starting pay begins at $17 an hour, up to $30 an hour plus, with a $2 an hour night premium. Apply today, 11 to 2 during the job fair. Bring a resume in Danville, 120 Corporate Drive. Parker Meggitt helps careers take flight.
Good morning to you, folks. Tuesday, it's the 12th day of March, 031224 on your calendar, a sunny day with highs into the mid-60s. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A traffic stop resulted in a Mercer County drug bust. It happened Saturday when Deputy Cruz was investigating a suspicious vehicle. When he traffic stopped that vehicle, the driver, Robert Medley, was found to be in possession of multiple drugs, methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. He was hit with 5 different charges and was lodged in jail. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer County Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. Lincoln County High School will be looking for a new principal. Last week, Lincoln County High School principal Michael Godby announced that he would be retiring after nearly 30 years in education. Godby started off as an instructional assistant for Lincoln County, then became a teacher and administrator. Superintendent Bruce Smith, along with the Site-Based Decision-Making Council at the high school, will immediately begin the process of hiring an interim at the high school to finish up the year. Godby's last day at Lincoln County High School was last Thursday. We're familiar with the term name, image, likeness, but a new bill would add voice to that. Charles Backlund has the details.
Senate Bill 317 seeks to put protections in place for individuals who, through digitally deceptive means, see their persona used to deliver false and misleading messaging to the public. Just as name, image, and likeness property rights apply to college athletics, the unauthorized use through AI also extends to singers, celebrities, and other public figures. The measure also applies to private citizens. Deepfakes or other deceitful digital depictions can result in fines from $5,000 to $50,000 per violation. Senator Whitney Westerfield urges passage of the legislation.
We're on the very front edge of the technology and the implementations that exist. This is only going to get worse. We need to create the protection to make sure that artists whose livelihood depend on their sound, their work, their music, their artwork aren't taken advantage of.
Senate Bill 317 does not target impersonations clearly intended for personal interest or entertainment. Reporting at the state capitol in Frankfurt, I'm Charles Baglin.
The bill has cleared a Senate committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Some love him and some hate him. But everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
You need a stopper at the new Papa's Quick Stop for some knickknacks, gas and snacks, breakfast, lunch, and fried chicken with a bone. Papa's Quick Stop has a loyalty program, fast way to earn on every purchase you make. A swipe of your card is all it takes. Come see what they've done to the new place at Papa's Quick Stop. Come try their great breakfast, lunch specials, and save on all your gas, snacks, beer, and much, much more. Hey, Papa, can you stop at the Quick Stop in Danville, across from the fairgrounds? Now offering the full Candleberry collection. Candleberry at Papa.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Thank you there, Jackie Boy. It's brought to you by our friends at ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. Call them 859-519-6382. And that's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. Sunshine, a high today 65. A low tonight 45. Sunshine tomorrow and 70. And sunshine Thursday and 74. Right now it's 8:10 in the morning. And all I'm hearing from that forecast is it's going to be a great day to take a walk downtown to the library. Good morning, Colleen. How are you?
Good morning, Joe. I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you being on here. We love talking with the library and the great things going on there on a weekly basis every Tuesday morning at this time. So, Colleen, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. Well, first off, I want to say, yes, it is a lovely day to come to the library. So come on down and see what we've got going on and check out a book. Today we have the Young Adult Creative Club at 4 o'clock, and they're going to be making, I believe, fairy doors. And then later tonight at 5:30, the Boyle County Writers Group, led by Paul Stansberry, is meeting at 5:30. On Thursday at 4 p.m., we have the Friends of the Library annual meeting, and it's Pie Day. So on Pie Day, there will be pie at the meeting of all different kinds.
Ooh.
So if you needed an extra motivation to come, there will be pie. And Dr. John Wilson from Center will be the speaker, the featured speaker. He's going to talk about math and puzzles and all the fun ways that influences our lives that we are maybe aware of and maybe not aware of. And following that at 6 o'clock, there's the pop-up potluck supper, so you can come and have dessert first and then stay for supper at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, we have the BCPL After Dark Black Lake Tea Party program, which is in support of the Alice in Wonderland program that will be going on at the Norton Center later in the month. So come and have fun there. That is an adult program. And then on Monday, we have the Healthy Choices partnership continuing with the Extension office, and that's at 1 p.m. on Mondays through March into the beginning of April. And at 4 p.m., there's a Spring Fun with Legos program for kids. Then just in general, upcoming, we continue to have the tax prep programs on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And we will be having, people might really like this one, on Thursday the 21st, we're going to have a Puppy Know-It-All program,
Ooh.
which is a puppy training class for people. Don't bring your puppies. It's for you to learn how to train your puppies. With Diana Lavasi, Danielle Lavasi, I'm not sure if I'm saying her name correctly. She's going to be doing that program for us to teach you all about how to train your puppy. And then in the gallery, we continue to have the Gathering Artists exhibit on. The theme is Other Worlds, and that opened last week, and it's really lovely. So if you have a chance to come down and look at that, we would appreciate it.
There you go. Awesome. Good stuff going on. That puppy training party is going to be a good one, that March the 21st event. So
yes, 6 p.m.
So you just, how long is that going to last? About an hour?
I believe it's on from, let me just double check here. It is set for 6 to 7 for an hour.
So there's a lot to cover to train a puppy in just an hour. So come ready to learn.
Right.
In that program. Awesome stuff. Always love the events the library puts on. Colleen, people have any questions for you, how can they get in touch with you?
They can call us at 238-READ, which is 238-7323, or they can find us at our website, boylepublib.org, or on the Facebook page. And we're also on Instagram and TikTok.
There you go. We love it. The Boyle County Public Library. Colleen, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday, okay?
Thank you, Joe. Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
Bye-bye.
That's Colleen Hall, the Executive Director of the Boyle County Public Library. Real quickly, it's 8:14 before we hit the Big Daddy Sports. Let's see what's going on in this morning's sort of sports report. Those headlines you may not hear in your everyday typical sports on the news or TV or radio. Here we go. Starting off in the NFL, where veteran quarterback Russell Wilson wasn't out of work for long. After being released by the Denver Broncos, Wilson announced on Sunday night he'd found a new home in the Eastern time zone. The tweet read simply, "Year 13, grateful at Steelers," with a dramatic video of Pittsburgh Steelers fans and players accompanied by Renegade by Styx, which is played at Pittsburgh home games. Wilson signed a one-year deal with Pittsburgh, with the Broncos paying Wilson $38 million this season after cutting him despite the money he was owed. That means the Steelers will be getting Wilson for $1.2 million. The 9-time Pro Bowler will be competing with Kenny Pickett for the starting job. I think it's a win-win for the Steelers. If it works out, you get a good quarterback. I like Russell Wilson personally. If it doesn't work out, what's it matter? You're just paying him $1 million. Now, Caleb's a Broncos fan.
Yes.
So, Caleb, you're probably over Russell Wilson, aren't you?
I have been over the past year, but I think he's not all right. He's been one of the best quarterbacks we've had in the last couple of years. Just not really saying much for Denver, but...
Yes. But they've moved on, and he's moved on to Pittsburgh. There you go. It was announced yesterday that boxing legend Muhammad Ali would be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Ali will be inducted during the Hall of Fame ceremony taking place on April 5th at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia by his widow, Lonnie Ali. Ali dabbled in professional wrestling at different times in his career. He famously fought an exhibition match against Japanese pro wrestling legend Antonio Inoki in Tokyo in 1976. In the lead-up to that matchup, he appeared at a WWF. Now, remember, that's not WWE. That was before they were WWE. When he entered the ring and challenged Gorilla Monsoon, Ali would go on to appear as a special guest referee for the main event of WrestleMania 1 in 1985 and appeared as a guest of honor at the infamous Collision in Korea pay-per-view event held in North Korea in 1995. Ali passed away in 2016 at the age of 74. Here was that entrance he had at WrestleMania 1.
There he is! Unbelievable individual! The greatest! Muhammad Ali!
There you go. And Whitney Houston said it best, "I believe the children are our future." Some pros could take notes from these kids. It's not often that a high school basketball game makes the national news, but it did in New Jersey between Camden and Monsequan. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Monsequan thought they had booked a trip to the Group 2 States Championship after a buzzer beater against Camden until officials gathered afterward and reversed the call, giving Camden a 46-45 win. Numerous videos showed the basket should have counted. It got in before the buzzer went off, and while the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association admitted the error, they concluded the call and the outcome would not be reversed. Fast forward now to last Saturday, as Camden had advanced to the state championship to take on Newark Arts. In the stands for the championship game, the Monsequan squad, Camden would end up defeating Newark Arts and clinching the state championship. And Monsequan, they gave Camden a standing ovation from the bleachers at the end of the game. And that is a clinic on sportsmanship. And that's what's going on in this morning's sort of sports report. We have more sports coming up right now with the Big Daddy. And we will have Danville City Commissioner Jenny Holland come on the show right after this. Here's the Big Daddy with sports.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. It was Heartbreak City for the Northern schools in the boys' 12th Region Tournament last night as both Mercer County and Danville Christian Academy went down. In the opening semifinal, the Titans took a 10-point lead early in the fourth quarter, but then saw Pulaski County go on a 19-0 run. Final score, Pulaski County 54, Mercer County 48. In the nightcap, DCA held a 9-point lead with less than a minute to go as Somerset battled back to send it into overtime. After 3 overtimes, it was Somerset 60, Danville Christian Academy 57. Somerset's at Pulaski County for the boys' 12th region title tonight at 7. The men's SEC postseason tournament begins this week in Nashville. 9th-ranked Kentucky wound up as a 2 seed and will play its first game Friday night at 7 versus the winner of Texas A&M and Ole Miss on Z105. The SEC men's action begins tomorrow night with Vanderbilt versus Arkansas at 7, followed by Georgia and Missouri in Bridgestone Arena. Girls 12th region champion Danville Christian Academy is preparing for its first ever trip to the girls' Sweet 16, which tips off tomorrow afternoon in Rupp Arena. DCA beat West Jessamine 63-46 to earn the title. DCA next faces top-ranked Cooper from the 9th region, who advanced with a 51-26 win over Ryle. Danville Christian Academy and Cooper play Thursday night at 8:30 on Z105. Kentucky football has picked up a couple of commits in the recruiting class of 2025. 6'2", 205-pound quarterback Brennan Ward from Columbus, Ohio, and 5'11", 210-pound running back Isaiah West from Philadelphia chose the Cats. Both are 3-star recruits. Kentucky basketball got a commitment from 6'6" shooting guard Carter Knox Saturday evening. He's considered the 19th best player in the class of 2024. Carter Knox is the younger brother of former UK forward Kevin Knox. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Lee's Famous Recipe of Danville is honored to have served this community since 1972. They're excited to announce they are offering even more $5.99 lunch specials. Choose from Lee's 2-piece breast strip, 2-piece dark chicken, chicken slider, or a barbecue chicken sandwich. All specials come with a side of your choice along with a regular drink and an apple pie or cookie. Wednesday's Customer Appreciation Day. Come on in and ask for the Wednesday special. 3 pieces of famous crispy or strips, 2 sides of your choice, hot homestyle buttermilk biscuit, all $1 off the regular price. Don't feel like cooking tonight? Try one of their family meals. They come in options of 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece selections with your choice of sides. They specialize in catering, so if you need to cater a wedding, office party, funeral, birthday party, or any other special event, call them at 859-236-8777, 236-8777 for a free quote. Let them do all the work for you. They're located at 610 South 4th Street. Drive through or come on in. Lee's Famous Recipe, serving the best chicken in Danville for over 40 years.
This is how we doing it with this Chrysler of Lawrenceburg. In 2024, they are making deals real. With their educated personal staff, they make shopping fun and buying easy.
Do you want a newer vehicle? Want a truck for under $25,000? Need your vehicle service? Needing a place that's going to treat you right? Well, Withers is the way. Check them out, Chrysler of Lawrenceburg.
This is one place I will not pass on deals with wheels for the 2024.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye Street. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299 for Danville Auto Body Shop. All right, you get sunshine on this Tuesday. What a great day. 65 is the high, 45 is your low. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 70. Thursday, mostly sunny, and a high of 74. And we have Danville City Commissioner and Mayor Pro Tem Jenny Holland in studio. What's going on, Jenny?
Good morning, Joe. Sorry I'm a little late.
Oh, I was late this morning, too.
I
barely got here before the show started. You can ask Caleb, who's a job shadowing in here today. He was probably,
boy.
Are we sure this Joe guy actually exists? Where is he?
Well, we can blame
like
everything on the time change this
That's
week.
exactly
Can't
what it is. Yeah, I know Danville was out of school on Monday, and the more that I think about it, the more I kind of like it. Give kids the day off, the Monday after time change. Let them kind of get adjusted back to the whole schedule of things.
I love it.
Good idea.
I love it. Shorter week.
Caleb told us that Boyle County was supposed to have yesterday off, but instead they're taking off for the solar eclipse or something, April 9th.
Oh,
nice. They get the solar eclipse day off.
Nice. I thought they were just expanding spring break.
Yeah, do you think so?
That's
what.
so.
Yeah. No, is that what they're doing? I don't know. Is that spring break week? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So maybe they are expanding spring. I don't know. So there you go. So we figured out schools need out. We already know they need off the day after the Super Bowl. They need off the day after time change. What other days can we give the kids off, Jenny?
Oh, wow.
I know somebody in the city commission that can make this happen.
We got to get all 5 of us to do it, and let's see.
Yes. Send
I
something
think
to
the
Daniel
school
Elliott.
boards are a bit more powerful
You
with
think
the
so?
schools there.
That's true,
yeah.
Well, you all had a meeting yesterday. Danville City Commission did meet yesterday. Tell us, Jenny, what happened there at the Danville City Commission meeting.
Well, I always try to find something the public might be interested in, more than, legal engagement letters and public works and materials bids. So anyway, do you remember, Joe, back when the logs were found on 4th Street for an ancient cabin? A historic log cabin?
Yeah, I think. Did they build a building around it or something?
A house
like
was
that?
built, and it used to be, I believe, the first outpost in our area.
Kind of ringing a bell.
Okay, so the city has been storing those historic logs, and the county has found a purpose for them.
Okay.
So we're going to, I guess, give it over to the county to be repurposed, and I'll let them announce their plans, but I just thought it was really neat to reuse those logs.
Okay.
They're looking to do something at Constitution Square with them.
Awesome.
Yeah, they just been sitting in a storage building.
Okay. So these are actual wooden logs, or
right, because they took down the house and all those logs from the outpost were still there.
Okay, so they've got an idea of what they're going to do with these old logs.
You'll have to ask the fiscal court.
Yeah, you're saying with the city, you got to leave this to the county to be able to announce this. Okay, I got it.
Yep. It's going to be repurposed, and all we've been allowed to say is at Constitution Square.
Awesome, good stuff.
That's good stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff. They've been really doing a lot of neat upgrades there.
Yeah, good.
So the city's having a lot of budget open houses. So follow the Facebook page for the city. We'll having more. We have a online that you could tell us what you want your tax dollars spent on. So the city commission's going to hear from everybody what they would like their taxpayer dollars spent on the most.
Okay, and where can people let their voices be heard?
Well, there's a link on the City of Danville website.
Okay.
Danville KY, or also on the City of Danville Facebook page.
Okay.
And we just had a meeting last week, an open house, and there'll be another open house.
Okay.
So we want to hear from you. I'll try to share the link as well.
Okay. DanvilleKY.gov is that website.
Yes.
All right.
Check it out. It's a new website with lots on it.
Cool.
So we recognized an outstanding young lady in her 20s that had saved a life.
Wow.
Miss Lanham over at Sonic. And we recognized her, and 911 did also. So it just kind of showed the importance of learning CPR first aid.
So it was a cardiac arrest event?
Yeah, CPR, and life was saved, and the person 100% okay.
Wow. I know we've had
due to this.
Wow. We've had Mike Rogers on before, the EMS director. And he talks about just performing CPR on someone in a cardiac arrest event, 3 times a better chance they'll survive just by doing the CPR until EMS shows up, right? So just doing that. And so That's a heroic thing for a young 20-year-old young lady to do there at Sonic here in Danville and save someone's life. What a story.
Yeah, and the big thing is she had only learned, like, years ago, earlier. I think she said her sophomore year in high school she was taught. So, and if you want, our fire department end of each month teaches classes for free.
Yeah, I knew they did classes and would come to like church groups or youth groups or whatever it may be. They want to teach the most number of people they can at one time, right? That's the best way to get as much knowledge out there as they can at one time. So if you've got a group and you want them to come do a CPR training with you, call them, let them know. They'd love to do that with you.
Right. Call 238-1200 and ask to be transferred to the fire department. You can find out when our classes are.
Awesome.
So. Yeah, and then we heard an update from Dolly Parton Imagination Library crew. And I guess everybody knows ages 0 through 5.
Yeah.
You can sign up at Parks and Rec or at their website, Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and get a free book each month.
There you go.
So 950 kids are doing it.
Awesome.
And there's, I think, 1,500 total in that age group. So about 2/3 are getting their books.
We love it. Good stuff. Jenny Holland with the Danville City Commission. Jenny, if people have any questions for you or the rest of your fellow commissioners, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay. All of us can be reached at 238-1200 at City Hall. We each have a mailbox, or we have an email, a first initial last name, like jholland at danvilleky.gov, and that goes for every commissioner and the mayor.
Awesome stuff. So first initial last name at danvilleky.gov.
Yep.
And shoot them an email, and they'd love to answer back to you, or call, whatever means necessary. You can get your message through. Jenny, appreciate you being on, and you still came in running a little bit late, but we're glad you decided to come in and update us on what's going on there at the Danville City Commission.
Thank you for working me in, Joe.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
glad to do it. Jenny Holland, Danville City Commissioner and Mayor Pro Tem. Now, coming up in the next 30 minutes, we've got, of course, Caleb in studio with us who's doing some job shadowing, but we're actually going to have 2 job shadowers because Lance Sloan's going to be in here as well. So we've got Lance, we've got Caleb, we've got James the gardener, all coming on in the next 30 minutes. We'll also have in the 9 o'clock hour, Ann Yeager or Mary Stiff Hamlin coming on with Stiff Funeral Home. So it's going to be a really busy next hour and a half here on the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Real quickly, if you are looking for a new job to start a new career, today is your day. Radio Rick is going to be live at Parker Megget right here in Danville at their distribution center from 11 o'clock until 2. They are doing a job fair. Bring your resume with you today. See if you can find yourself a nice landing spot at Parker Mega. They got a lot of jobs open with great benefits. Medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k with a company match up to 8%, retirement income account, 13 paid holidays annually, 120 PTO hours, and education assistance. It's Parker Megget right here in Danville, 120 Corporate Drive. The job fair is going on today from 11 o'clock until 2, and we'll have a live broadcast of that reminding you what's going on from 11 o'clock until 2 today on Z105 WRNZ FM. It's 8:32 in the morning, and we'll see what's going on in local news. Coming up, wedding planning with Pim, Grub Gab, the world of food, gardening with James. All next on the Joe Show.
Water and electricity, 2 things that make our lives easier and better. But as valuable as each one is, together they can be deadly. Water is a conductor of electricity, and if you're standing in water or wet while using an electrical appliance, you could be shocked or electrocuted. Keep all electrical appliances away from water, and make sure your hands are dry when using appliances. For more information, contact your electric cooperative.
And that's Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Did you know a typical adult has about 100,000 miles of blood vessels throughout their body? Fortunately, you don't have to go that far to get world-class heart and vascular care. With specialists in diagnosing and treating cardiovascular disease right here in Danville at CHI St. Joseph Health. Whether you're in need of heart attack care or minimally invasive treatments for vascular diseases, you can get the state-of-the-art heart and vascular care you need close to home. To schedule an appointment, call 859-313-2968.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A traffic stop resulted in a Mercer County drug bust. It happened Saturday when Deputy Cruz was investigating a suspicious vehicle. When he traffic stopped that vehicle, the driver, Robert Medley, was found to be in possession of multiple drugs: methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. He was hit with 5 different charges and was lodged in jail. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer County Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. Lincoln County High School will be looking for a new principal. Last week, Lincoln County High School principal Michael Godby announced that he would be retiring after nearly 30 years in education. Godby started off as an instructional assistant for Lincoln County, then became a teacher and administrator. Superintendent Bruce Smith, along with the Site-Based Decision-Making Council at the high school, will immediately begin the process of hiring an interim at the high school to finish up the year. Godby's last day at Lincoln County High School was last Thursday. We're familiar with the term name, image, likeness, but a new bill would add voice to that. Charles Baglin has the details.
Senate Bill 317 seeks to put protections in place for individuals who, through digitally deceptive means, see their persona used to deliver false and misleading messaging to the public. Just as name, image, and likeness property rights apply to college athletics, the unauthorized use through AI also extends to singers, celebrities, and other public figures. The measure also applies to private citizens. Deepfakes or other deceitful digital depictions can result in fines from $5,000 to $50,000 per violation. Senator Whitney Westerfield urges passage of the legislation.
We're on the very front edge of the technology and the implementations that exist. This is only going to get worse. We need to create the protection to make sure that artists whose livelihood depend on their sound, their work, their music, their artwork aren't taken advantage of.
Senate Bill 317 does not target impersonations clearly intended for personal interest or entertainment. Reporting at the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
The bill has cleared a Senate committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
The Hometown Radio Network Sports Broadcast Schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school basketball, the girls' Sweet 16. It's Thursday night at 8:30 as Danville Christian Academy takes on Cooper High School out of Northern Kentucky. It is, again, an 8:30 tip-off, and we'll have it on Z105. UK basketball takes on the SEC tournament. They play Friday night. It is a 7 o'clock tip-off. That's a 5:30 pregame. We'll have it on Z105 WRNZ-FM.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye Street. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299 for Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, a high of 65, a low tonight of 45. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 70. And on Thursday, sunshine and a high of 74. It's 8:38 in the morning right now, and we now have 2 guests in studio on Job Shadow Day at Boyle County Schools. We got Caleb in studio. Caleb's been here since the early morning hours, and we just got Lance in here as well. Lance, introduce yourself to our listening audience.
I'm Lance Sloan. I'm from Boyle County, and just really excited to be here today.
There you go. And Lance is a senior and played on the football team. and has a state championship ring for each of his fingers on his left hand. Now, the thumb is not considered a finger, so that's why I say for each of your fingers. Back to back to back to back. And where you going? You're playing college football, Lance? What's your plans?
I'm planning on it. I got a few options. Still keeping the table open. Waiting on money is a big thing.
Yes.
Figure out the money.
I understand. Look, I was talking with Caleb off the air last commercial break. I graduated in December of 2011. I'm still paying off college loans. It's 13 years later. Now, the COVID pandemic did halt college loans for the time being, right? So I could have had it paid off, but I wasn't going to pay it if they weren't going to make me. So I understand the money situation. Get as much money as you possibly can before you go to college. Wedding Planning with Pim is coming your way right now. And after that, James the Gardener will step in the studio. We'll also see what's going on with Grub Gab, the world of food. It's coming up after Pim. And Pim's right now.
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. When it comes to selecting the music for your wedding reception, before making your decision, learn the basics of what's what in the band versus DJ contest. We'll start with the advantages of hiring a band. Bands can introduce boisterous, festive energy to your party. Bands can be much more memorable than DJs. Bands forge an emotional connection with the crowd. The cons? Bands can be loud. Bands take breaks. Bands can only play what's in their repertoire. A wedding band can usually play only one or maybe two styles of music well. DJs, the pros. A DJ can keep the music going all night long. No 15-minute breaks every hour. They play what you want to hear, and volume levels aren't a problem. DJs can be cheaper because there are fewer people to hire. The cons, the music isn't personalized, and there's always the threat of the DJ getting a little too crazy with the mic. When you've made your decision, whether band or DJ, do your due diligence before you book. Ask for references. Are they reliable? Is the DJ or band you hire going to be the same one who shows up to perform? Are they adding unnecessary fees? Find out their break policy. Finally, work out a package deal in writing that can save you hundreds by negotiating to have your DJ or band handle the whole affair. My love note, an outside venue may require more sound equipment, an indoor venue less. So ask about that.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Come build your future at Parker Meggitt during the job fair today, 11 to 2. Bring a resume during a live interview at the Distribution Center, 120 Corporate Drive in Danville. They offer medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k with company match up to 8%, retirement income account, 13 paid holidays, 120 PTO hours plus education assistance. Starting pay begins at $17 an hour, up to $30 an hour plus, with a $2 an hour night premium. Apply today, 11 to 2, during the job fair. Bring a resume in Danville, 120 Corporate Drive. Parker Meggitt helps careers take flight.
Kentucky has one of the most expansive state park systems in the nation. For decades, the parks have been bringing people together for family reunions, fishing, hiking, and a wealth of other activities. What's your favorite memory of a Kentucky state park? Unfortunately, it takes more than governmental support to keep the parks vibrant. The Kentucky State Parks Foundation raises money to create educational programs for elementary school kids to connect them with nature, handicapable hiking trails, and the preservation of historical artifacts. Make a tax-deductible donation online at KentuckyStateParksFoundation.org.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
It's 8:43 in the morning, 41 degrees, Tuesday, March the 12th. Pfizer is kind of shifting gears a little bit and beginning to bet on cancer drugs to make up for what has been a rapid decline in the COVID business. And don't believe me, check out this new blowout sale going on at Pfizer. Interesting stuff.
St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, which means there's no better time for a vaccine. Get ready for the St. Patrick's Day vaccine blowout sale. I've got all sorts of vaccines priced to move. COVID vaccines, COVID boosters, measles vaccines, polio vaccines, any vaccine you can think of priced to move. Come get your vaccine at the end of the rainbow before it's too late.
My whole family got 3 COVID vaccines for super cheap. Our arms hurt really bad and we feel super nauseous, but at least we're safe against COVID, I think. Plus, the kids got their pictures taken with Jabby the leprechaun, and they cheered right up. He's basically a big green syringe with a top hat. Super cute.
So what are you waiting for? We need to recoup our losses so our financial emergency is your gain. Come to the St. Patrick's Day vaccine blowout sale. Going on now. Heidi.
There you go. Told you. They're moving on from the COVID-19 vaccine business. Let's see what's going on in the world of food where you can just eat it. All right, starting off with 7-Eleven celebrating Pie Day 314, March 14th. That's Thursday this year by once again offering rewards members their any flavor large pizza for $3.14 at participating 7-Eleven Speedway and Stripe stores. So you can check out the Speedway on Main Street here in Danville, see if they're offering this. This again will be on Thursday. In addition, 7-Eleven will also offer pie deals on the 7-Eleven delivery app, including $14 off any delivery or pickup order of $30 or more using the promo code PIEDAYDEAL and free delivery with a purchase of $15 or more. Additionally, backed by popular demand at participating locations will once again be the chain's fan favorite Extreme Meat Pizza. 5-meat blend, Canadian bacon, pepperoni, beef crumble, and crispy bacon bits. I'm counting 4 right there. They say it's a 5-meat blend. Check it out at Speedway locations. Krispy Kreme is inviting fans to share the luck this St. Patrick's Day with the introduction of their all-new St. Patrick's Day collection starting March the 11th. That was yesterday. Available now at participating Krispy Kreme locations across the U.S. is the St. Patrick's Day collection, which aims to make fans feel like they've hit the jackpot. With the return of the Luck of the Rainbow donut, the Shamrock Cookies and Cream made with Oreo cookies donut, the Plaid Party donut, and the Shooting Shamrock donut. They each have their own flavor. Additionally, from Friday through Sunday of this upcoming weekend, Krispy Kreme is welcoming back their popular Original Glazed donut, Gone Green, for St. Patrick's Day weekend. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings, B-Dubs, where they've got their Beat the Buffalo competition. B-Dubs will reveal Jack's bracket on March the 19th, a week from today. Fans who beat Jack's picks will have a chance to win prizes that include a year's supply of free wings and tickets to next year's Final Four. There's also a BOGO March Madness deal on March 21st where fans can buy one, get one free boneless wings for dine-in, takeout, or delivery. B-Dubs has March Madness deals in store. Krispy Kreme brings back their Luck of the Irish donuts, and 7-Eleven offering deals on Pizza Pie Day. That's March 14th, 3.14 pie. And that's what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can just eat it. All right, 8:47 in the morning, 41 degrees here in Danville. We got James the Gardener coming in studio right after this.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Hi, Bull County. This is Hillary Blevins with the Syringe Service Program at the Bull County Health Department. My goal is to take an approach to substance use disorder, placing the health and dignity of individuals as the top priority. We are a judgment-free zone, and meeting the participants where they are is what is important. I do my best to utilize my personal experience to assist others from overdose deaths in our community. Come see me at 448 South 3rd Street or call me at 859-236-2053.
Dunn's Barbecue, offering chicken wings. You asked for them, we got them. Barbecue, buffalo, Creole Parmesan, breaded or naked, as well as our famous pulled pork barbecue, brisket, grilled chicken, ribs, homemade sides, located in Harrisburg at 726 K Run. So call 734-3675 for your free delivery to Danville, Harrisburg, or Bergen. Dunn's Barbecue is open Tuesday through Saturday, located on Cane Run in Harrisburg, and for free delivery, takeout, and dine-in.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet right here in central Kentucky, just north of us. In Harrodsburg, they specialize in discount waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood tile, and carpet remnants. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, Harrodsburg, 540 North College Street. Sunshine, a high today 65, a low tonight of 45. Sunshine tomorrow and 70. And on Friday, rain showers are possible and a high of 70. It's 8:51 in the morning, and we have got James the Gardener in here. And we're getting gardening tips with old James the Gardener.
And now, for the next few minutes, the man with the jolly green thumb and the big straw hat is going to tell us where it's at. Gardening with James, that's the name. Growing good food, that's our aim. Working in our garden every day. Well, we might not be all that pretty, but we don't mind getting all dirty and gritty. Growing our food the natural way. Yes, we're gardening with James, the natural way. Let's dig it, James.
All right then, James the Gardener.
What's going on, Joe?
We got going on in the garden today, James.
Oh, for me, it's cleaning out beds. Flower beds, vegetable beds, cleaning them out, getting them ready for the season. I've already, ordered the seeds. I know what I want this year. I got to take some over to the Shepherd House, and so they can start their season. And there's a few other organizations that, I usually donate to, and plus I donate seeds to the Bull County Library. So, so it's that time of the year to make sure everybody is able to, get seeds, because, the seed library is a great project because you can check it out just like you would a book. You go in there and you pick the plants, the seeds that you need. You'll get 8 or 10 seeds per pack. And if you've got a small garden, you only need, maybe 5 or 6 packs of the different seeds, and so that's always good. And Mercer County now has one, and they seem to be doing really well. I hope to go visit there sometime soon. And people, I've been asked questions about raised beds, and I tell people all the time, what you do is, when it comes to gardening, and if you're 30, 25, 30 years old, in-ground beds are great, but when you get to 55, 60, or a little bit older, and you start having back problems or you knee problems or whatever, raise that bed up to, find you a standing raised bed, up to about 3 foot, so you can just kind of walk over to it, or figure out a way to build you a box to where you could have a chair sitting there, and you can just reach over and you can do your planning. So like I said, gardening is a lot of fun, but you want to make sure that it's age friendly. So this way you can have the most fun just like everybody else, because just because you're 75, 80 years old, that doesn't mean that you don't love to garden. So do it in a way that it makes sense to you, and it will keep you from having injuries or fall or any of those things, and it should be good.
Garden with James, Tuesdays and Thursdays, right here on the Joe Show at this time. And James, I found the article online. It was in the Lincoln County Interior Journal.
Okay.
And the Lincoln County Health Department is setting up their own community garden. I know that you're a big proponent of community gardens. You've helped set up multiple ones here in the Danville-Bull County area. So big-time news, and kudos to the Lincoln County Health Department for doing that.
Okay. Maybe I'll reach out and speak to them and see if there's a way I can help out.
So there you go. Gardening with James. James, appreciate you being on.
No problem, Joe.
All right, coming up, we got a quick break. By quick, I mean it's like a minute. And then after our minute break, we're coming back. We're taking a look at what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
That's going to be coming up right after this. This is Bon Jovi. You Give Love a Bad Name. This song will not be featured in what's gone on in this date in rock and roll pop. So jam out to this one. We got some good stuff coming up in 60 seconds.
Danville's deal maker, Bob Allen.
Lease and save at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Lease a new 24 Chevrolet Equinox LS front-wheel drive for only $239 per month for 36 months. $41.99 plus first payment, taxes, and fees due at signing. 10,000 lease miles per year. Stock M24 146. Must be a current leasee. Bob Allen Chevrolet on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com. Together, let's drive.
Lockridge Park is now open with their unique lodging and event facilities. Matt, what do you think about the place?
A catering place that you could have weddings and events. It is extremely nice. This is already here for you. You could just walk in, it looks nice, and then you can leave. That's my kind of camping.
I was blown away. It's like a 5-star hotel room. They have a hot tub. I mean, it's awesome. They've got Conestoga wagons you can stay in.
The view we see right behind us, you can actually see the
right
lake.
Next to Lake Harrington in Garrett County, overlooking Danville. I might come here tomorrow.
Visit LockridgePark.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Hey, 8:56 in the morning. We got James the gardener. We've got Caleb. We've got Lance. Got a lot of stuff going on in the studio today. I love it. Makes the morning go by a lot quicker. I can't believe we're already at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we're rolling.
3 minutes away from it. All right, let's take a look real quickly at what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Starting off on this date in 1948, where this American singer and songwriter was born.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone.
James Taylor, born on this date in 1948. There we go, 76 years old. I was looking for my celebrity birthday list. 76 for James Taylor. Achieved his breakthrough in the 1970s with his hit, Fire and Rain. Remember the song, James?
That's a really nice song. Yeah.
First album was released on the Beatles' Apple label. Married Carly Simon in 1972. Fire and Rain, Carolina on My Mind, a couple of big James Taylor songs. Happy 76th to James Taylor.
When I could not find a friend, but I always thought that I'd see you again.
It was on this date, March the 12th, 1968, where this group started recording their new single with a new producer at Olympic Studios in London. Song called Jumpin' Jack Flash by the Rolling Stones.
I remember that one.
Yeah. Keith Richards stated that he and Mick Jagger wrote the lyrics while staying at Richards' country house, where they were awoken one morning by the sound of the gardener. It wasn't James the gardener. It was Jack the gardener,
right.
Jack Dyer, walking past the window. When Jagger asked what the noise was, Richards responded, quote, "Oh, that's Jack. That's Jumpin' Jack. Jumpin' Jack Flash." That's how the song came to be.
Wow. Okay. A gardener creation.
There it is.
Yeah.
Who knows when a gardener can inspire you?
That's right.
I'm inspired every Tuesday and Thursday when James is on here, for crying out loud. I mean, come on. And it was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1988. This song went to number 1 on the U.S. singles charts. Oh, Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. The Rick Roll became a viral meme. So viral, in fact, that they put it on the game Fortnite. Never Gonna Give You Up went number 1 this date, 1988, on the U.S. singles charts. There you go. Rick Astley, the Rolling Stones, and James Taylor have all made their mark on this date, March the 12th, in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. We're 3 hours in, and we got 1 hour to go in the Joe Show. In the 9 o'clock hour, we may have the Adcaster. We are going to have Stiff Funeral Home. It's 9 o'clock.
Talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Several states will hold presidential nominating contests today on the path to the November general election. Brian Shook with more.
Voters will head to the polls in Georgia, Hawaii, Mississippi, and Washington. Trump's expected to clinch the nomination when the voting is done. Biden probably by next week. Both candidates held dueling rallies in Georgia Saturday as they campaigned to win the critical swing state in November. I'm Brian Shook.
President Biden is calling on Congress to work with his administration to lower health care costs. While speaking in New Hampshire on Monday, the president outlined his health care agenda, which includes expanding the Affordable Care Act and capping out-of-pocket drug costs for seniors on Medicare. Haiti's prime minister has resigned. The announcement came late Monday after weeks of chaos and deadly gang violence in the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And Ariel Henry said in a video message that a caretaker government will be in place until a new prime minister and cabinet can be named. The lead singer of the 70s group The Raspberries has died. Steve Greenfield with more on Eric Carmen.
Singer-songwriter and guitarist Eric Carmen has died at the age of 74. His wife Amy breaking the news on the singer's website, saying he passed away in his sleep over the weekend. Carmen rose to fame with the Raspberries following their hits Go All the Way, and then had a successful solo career, including the singles All By Myself, Hungry Eyes, and Make Me Lose Control.
Today is Equal Pay Day. It's the date that symbolizes how far into the year that women have to work to earn what men earned in the previous year. The Labor Department says women in the U.S. earned about 20% less than men on average last year. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Make it possible to share data from lots of places, like a bird sanctuary.
Good eye. There is a typo. Thanks.
But to make them powerful enough to deliver new opportunities at the edge, you need CDW and Aruba. CDW experts can help design and implement an Aruba Edge Services platform, which unifies, secures, and automates network environments everywhere, so you can translate data into innovation.
Sorry, do you mind? This is confidential.
Aruba makes visibility at the edge possible. CDW makes it powerful. Learn more at cdw.com/Aruba.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
House Democrats want more federal funding in cities and states dealing with an influx of migrants. Lisa Taylor with more.
Massachusetts Congresswoman Lori Trahan and Colorado Congresswoman Diana DeGette wrote a letter to the House Subcommittee on Homeland Security seeking $3 billion for federal emergency management agency shelter programs. 18 other House Democrats signed the letter. I'm Lisa Taylor.
The Planning Commission in Anaheim, California is voting to approve the $1.9 billion Disneyland expansion project known as Disneyland Forward. Daniel Martindale reports.
Disney is hoping to add new theme park attractions, plus shops, restaurants, and more within its 490-acre property in Anaheim. Much of the additions would be in the current Toy Story parking area. The proposal now advances to the Anaheim City Council, which will consider it on April 16th. Anaheim would need to update its zoning regulations to allow Disneyland to grow. I'm Daniel Martindale.
Muhammad Ali will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame next month. More from Trey Thomas.
The boxing legend made multiple appearances at pro wrestling events throughout his storied career. Most notably, he was the special guest referee for the tag team match that saw Hulk Hogan and Mr. T take on Rowdy Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff at the first WrestleMania in 1985. I'm Trey Thomas.
The Los Angeles Lakers confirmed the spelling errors fans have noticed on the new Kobe Bryant statue outside of Crypto.com Arena will be fixed. Several players' names and the word decision are misspelled on the box score of Bryant's 81-point game against the Toronto Raptors, which is upsetting some fans.
Something like that, I just wouldn't expect it. Like a statue of such, obviously a great player, you think you want to put, as much work and make sure you don't make any mistakes at all on it.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You guys don't report on winning. Talking about winning the election. Now, I'm sure that there are going to be polls that now come out that show, oh, he's back. He's back. The media, the mob, they have been dying to publish those polls. And there's going to be some that say that. Now the question is any of it going to be true? Because I don't think it's going to be true. And I don't think America is going to react to a president screaming at them and speeding through a State of the Union address as some type of vindication of his obvious cognitive decline. I just don't. You guys don't report I'm winning. I'm like, winning what? You're not winning a thing.
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
With everything going on in the world today, the war, the inflation, the geopolitical tensions, $33 trillion in national debt, it's no wonder people are looking to diversify their savings with gold and silver. But who does Sean Hannity choose for his gold and silver? None other than the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. Goldco is a 7-time Inc. 5000 winner with over 5,000 five-star reviews, and they've helped thousands of Americans place over $2 billion in gold and silver. They're Sean Hannity's top choice. And right now, they're offering up to $10,000 in bonus silver for Sean Hannity listeners. But it's first come, first served, and only while supplies last. So don't wait. Call Goldco at 855-815-GOLD to learn how you could get started today. Tell them Hannity sent you and see if you qualify for up to $10,000 in bonus silver. Call Goldco at 855-815-GOLD. That's 855-815-GOLD.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
All righty, good morning to you. It's Tuesday. It is the 12th day of March. That's 031224 on your calendar. A sunny day where we get clear skies all day long. Mid-60s as the high. Great day for high school baseball opening day for Boyle County. The Rebels are at home taking on Lafayette. Danville opened up their baseball season yesterday with a win. Lady Ads opened their softball season with a win yesterday as well. We got news coming your way. We got a forecast coming your way. And we have the Adcaster coming your way, featuring future radio stars Lance Sloan and Caleb Hackworth. Coming up next. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. A traffic stop resulted in a Mercer County drug bust. It happened Saturday when Deputy Cruz was investigating a suspicious vehicle. When he traffic stopped that vehicle, the driver, Robert Medley, was found to be in possession of multiple drugs: methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. He was hit with 5 different charges and was lodged in jail. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer County Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. Lincoln County High School will be looking for a new principal. Last week, Lincoln County High School principal Michael Godby announced that he would be retiring after nearly 30 years in education. Godby started off as an instructional assistant for Lincoln County, then became a teacher and administrator. Superintendent Bruce Smith, along with the Site-Based Decision-Making Council at the high school, will immediately begin the process of hiring an interim at the high school to finish up the year. Godby's last day at Lincoln County High School was last Thursday. We're familiar with the term name, image, likeness, but a new bill would add voice to that. Charles Baglin has the details.
Senate Bill 317 seeks to put protections in place for individuals who, through digitally deceptive means, see their persona used to deliver false and misleading messaging to the public. Just as name, image, and likeness property rights apply to college athletics, the unauthorized use through AI also extends to singers, celebrities, and other public figures. The measure also applies to private citizens. Deepfakes or other deceitful digital depictions can result in fines from $5,000 to $50,000 per violation. Senator Whitney Westerfield urges passage of the legislation.
We're on the very front edge of the technology and the implementations that exist. This is only going to get worse. We need to create the protection to make sure that artists whose livelihood depend on their sound, their work, their music, their artwork aren't taken advantage of.
Senate Bill 317 does not target impersonations clearly intended for personal interest or entertainment. Reporting at the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
The bill has cleared a Senate committee and now heads to the full Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Truth is more than a concept. It is what makes us different. Truth is where we start and where we finish. It is our curriculum and our extracurricular. It makes us a community, one that leads through serving. If you are looking for academic excellence in a Christ-centered environment, opportunity is closer than you may think. It is easy for you to join our community, Danville Christian Academy, engaging the truth, empowering the future.
Republic Services of Kentucky offers a single-source solution for all of your disposal needs, servicing residential, commercial, and industrial customers with offerings that include recycling and other disposal options. You have enough to worry about on a daily basis. Leave waste disposal to Republic Services. They'll handle it from there. For a quote or to discuss services, reach out to republicservices.com or give them a call at 859-263-2000. 263-2000.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. They are your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the auto owners insurance company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote. 236-6686. Sunshine, a high of 65. A low tonight of 45. Tomorrow, sunshine, a high of 70. Thursday, mostly sunny. and a high of 74. Right now, it's 9:13 in the morning. It is 43 degrees in Danville, and it's time for the Adcaster.
Now, the Adcaster Show on WHIR. Buy, sell, trade for free. Phone lines are now open. Call 859-238-WHIR.
Let her go. The Adcaster is live. 238-WHIR. If you want to put an item on the Adcaster, 238-9447. And we need some calls because we've got Lance and Caleb who are taking the Adcaster over. And I'm going to sit back and relax. And we're going to see Lance and Caleb handle the Adcaster today. So, Lance, you're up first. You can pull the microphone closer to you if you need to. You don't have to bend over like that. There you go. Go ahead, Lance, you're up.
Okay, so we wants to give away a large beige couch. Call 859-613-9021. Here's your phone number again, 859-613-9021.
There you go. Go ahead, Caleb.
All right, we got two pairs of AirPods for sale, brand new, $135. And that number is 859-612-9162. Again, that's 859-612-9162.
All right, Lance, you're up.
Okay. So we got large rolled bales of hay, $40 a roll for sale. Just call 859-366-5690. 859-366-5690.
All right, we have a big yard sale coming up, and it's at 578 Boswell Street, and it's from 8 to 5 p.m. Thursday and Friday.
Okay, that is in Harrodsburg.
And that number is 859-613-6439. Again, that's 859-613-6439.
Again, what's the address?
That's 578 Boswell Street.
578 Boswell Street in Harrodsburg. 238-WHIR is your phone number here to call in. 238-9447. We'll step aside, come back, and give you the second half of the Adcaster. It's coming up right after this. The Adcaster is brought to you by the Big Deals online store, where you can register right now to win a Wendy's breakfast for 25 people, with the breakfast delivered to your office when the grand prize winner is drawn. Here's the details for it.
Wake up to a treat that's more than cereal.
Beautiful morning.
Big Deals online store is throwing a breakfast party. Break away from your boring breakfast routine with Wendy's new breakfast burrito. Visit hometownlive.net's Big Deals online store and click the link to enter the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. A scrumptious mix of breakfast burritos, seasoned fries, and more are up for grabs. You could win a Wendy's breakfast party for 25 people in your office from Wendy's and Hometown Radio Network. Enter now at hometownlive.net. Click on the Big Deals online store link. You'll feel sunny side up all day long.
Beautiful morning.
No purchase necessary to register. Sign up once a day to increase your odds to win. It's going to be a delicious good time. Sign up your office by this Friday to win.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
Second half of the Adcaster. If you'd like to call in an item, 238-WHIR is the phone number. Caleb and Lance. It's Lance Sloan and Caleb Hackworth. They are two Boyle County seniors. I've been told that today is the day Boyle County juniors are taking the ACT. And so the Boyle County administration was like, seniors, we don't need you all here messing around. So you're kicked out of school for the day and go do something productive. And Caleb and Lance found the most productive thing to do was to come here and hang out with us. And we are grateful for that. Go ahead, Lance. What do you got?
Okay, so we've got a 125 Coulter four-wheeler. Buy as is for sale, $300. Call 859-325-6303. Again, 859-625-6302.
All right, we have a crochet Easter baskets for sale. Small $7, medium $12, large $15, and they're different colors. You can call 502 502-343-6614. Again, that's 502-343-6614.
All right.
Okay. So we're looking for small acreage in Mercer. Please call Trish at 606-219-8245. Again, that's 606-219-8245.
All right, we're also looking for a CNA from Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 1, and it's good pay for the right person. You can call 859-613-6141 or 859-613-2021. Again, that's 859-613-6141 or 859-613-2021.
All righty. Lance, got anything else?
Okay, yeah, this one's a little bit of a mix because we're looking for an electrician, seamstress, and then a good vehicle to buy. Just call 606-669-5743. Again, that's 606-669-5743.
Caleb, you running on empty?
Yes, I am.
All right.
That's all I got.
You're out. Lance is out. That's all she wrote, he wrote, and they wrote for this Tuesday morning edition of the Adcaster right here on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. That'll go. Adcaster returns, same time, same place, same station. What day will it be back? Even I don't know. That's how mysterious it is. It's the Adcaster here on WHIR. Kentucky Sports Memories with Gary Fogle. Coming up next.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. And today, a championship in high school basketball and an extra special reason why it was special.
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's.
This year is the 50-year anniversary of when Kentucky girls high school basketball was sanctioned as a sport. Kentucky high school athletics happened back in 1974. So it's special this year, the 50-year anniversary. And this week we're looking at one of the teams that won a championship in those past 50 years, a very small school, MC Napier High School over in Perry County. And there were a couple of reasons why winning the championship back in 1994, which is their 30-year anniversary, they were a really good team going into that season, despite being a very small school, and knew they had a shot at winning the title. But there was more to it than just that, as I found out in talking to their head coach, Randy Napier.
Did you feel pressure to win it that year because you knew you had a good team that year and you thought maybe, this is it. This is going to be our one shot. If we don't do it here, it may not ever happen.
Well, yeah, for that reason and another couple of reasons. One of them was, and I don't know if I guess you're aware, that was supposed to be the last year of our school. We were consolidating with Dilscombs High School to form Perry Central, and that was the 93-94 school year. That was supposed to be it for MC Napier. It ended up after the fact. We didn't get to open the school on time, and we had one more year at MC Napier. But going into the year and all the way through the year, we were under the impression that this was definitely the only shot that MC Napier High School was ever going to have at any kind of championship.
So it was their one and only championship, a very small school from the mountains of eastern Kentucky, and 1 year later that school closed, merged with Dilscombs High School to form Perry County Central High. Randy Napier, by the way, the all-time winningest coach, girls high school basketball history. Next week, we're going to have more details about that. We'll continue with our look at MC Napier tomorrow. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
There you go, Gary Fogle, KSM. Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time. It's 9:22 in the morning. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We got a discussion to have with Caleb and Lance. about the fading popularity of a certain type of candy. We'll talk about it right after this.
Wake up to a treat that's more than cereal.
Beautiful morning.
Big Deals Online Store is throwing a breakfast party. Break away from your boring breakfast routine with Wendy's new breakfast burrito. Visit hometownlive.net's Big Deals Online Store and click the link to enter the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. A scrumptious mix of breakfast burritos, seasoned fries, and more are up for grabs. You could win a Wendy's breakfast party for 25 people in your office from Wendy's and Hometown Radio Network. Enter now at hometownlive.net. Click on the Big Deals Online Store link. You'll feel sunny side up all day long.
Beautiful morning.
No purchase necessary to register. Sign up once a day to increase your odds to win. It's going to be a delicious good time.
Sign up your office by this Friday to win.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Ready for a fast, safe, and easy way to send your share of the rent money? Put your feet up, because with Zelle, you can send your monthly amount from the comfort of your couch. Zelle is conveniently found in your Farmers National Bank online or mobile banking account, and it's available now. Ask a Farmers National Bank representative for more information. Available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC.
Come build your future at Parker Meggitt during the job fair today, 11 to 2. Bring a resume during a live interview at the Distribution Center, 120 Corporate Drive in Danville. They offer medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k with company match up to 8%, retirement income account, 13 paid holidays, 120 PTO hours plus education assistance. Starting pay begins at $17 an hour, up to $30 an hour plus, with a $2 an hour night premium. Apply today, 11 to 2, during the job fair. Bring a resume in Danville, 120 Corporate Drive. Parker Meggitt helps careers take flight.
Time out for sports this weekend with
SportsMap Radio Network
on WHIR AM 1230.
There you go. 9:26 in the morning. Caleb and Lance. Lance Sloan, Caleb Hackworth in studio with us. They are Boyle County seniors doing some job shadowing. And let me ask you all this, fellas.
Yep.
Because when I was in high school, I remember people who had chewing gum were the coolest people to be around. Because you're always trying to bum a piece of gum off of them. Now, does that still happen in high school where, like, the person who has gum ends up giving all their gum out because everybody wants to chew gum and they're just nice and they're giving out gum? Do people still... In the world? Was that Rick?
Yeah, regular Rick. Yep.
That was Rick.
All right. Anyway. Rick stuck his head in the door back behind me and said, "Hello!" So do people... is chewing gum still a thing? People still chew gum at high school? Because I feel like that was like, for me, that was the popularity of my chewing gum career. It came in high school, and you hope one of your friends had some gum and they'd give you a piece.
Yeah, it's still somewhat popular, but, like, I don't think it's, like, everybody's doing it type of thing.
Okay. It's not like it's smoking cigarettes
Yeah,
in the
no,
bathroom.
it's like...
It's just like, do people chew gum?
No, you do have the weirdos that put the gum under the desk and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
That's just
insane
behavior.
So I think the biggest thing is I feel like people got really picky about their gum.
Yeah.
Is that what it
like,
is?
Yeah, it's because like
so like if I have Big Red,
I say
And
nobody's
you
gonna want
don't
that.
want Big
Nobody's
Red.
gonna want it. Yeah, I say nobody's gonna want it.
Why does no one like Big Red?
It's all like the fruity, like the watermelons and all that. That's the only thing. If you
Juicy
open up
fruit?
mint, yeah, juicy fruit, the watermelon, that's what people want.
I like the double bubble gum. That
Okay.
was one of my favorites.
But that's not even chewing gum.
But-
That's bubble gum.
Yeah.
So here's why I ask. It's been 4 years since the pandemic first started. And while most things have kind of reverted back to normal, a few things have settled into a new normal. And this is one of those things that you may not have expected being a new normal. Chewing gum sales are down by like a lot. They're still down to the point where I'm asking now, do people still chew gum? And that's why I asked Lance and Caleb. Do people still chew gum? Gum purchases dropped by nearly a third in the U.S. in 2020, which makes some sense. Number one, we didn't need our breath to be as fresh because we were all wearing masks. But the weird thing is, the sales never rebounded. Last year, gum sales rose less than 1%, which was still 32% fewer than 2018. So we're talking about a massive hit in gum sales. And globally, sales are down 10% from 2018. Sales in dollars is back to pre-pandemic levels, but that's just because they're charging more for gum, which I guess they have to. The people who want to buy gum are still going to buy it. They have to make up the lack of sales some way. So how do you do that? You raise prices. The average pack of gum right now costs $2.71. That's compared to $1.70 in 2018, a 59% hefty increase, $1.01 more for an average pack of gum than what it was just 5 or 6 years ago. And it wasn't just COVID that broke people's gum habits. There are apparently 4 other factors. Number one, there's a trend of limiting sugar and eating foods with better ingredients. Even sugar-free gum has artificial sweeteners. Number 2, people may be increasingly concerned about the litter from used gum. Caleb, you talked about it. People putting gum underneath the desk at schools. Now, are you allowed to chew gum in school? Like, I know you may do it, but are you allowed to?
I don't think teachers really care anymore about chewing gum.
I think it's on the rule book, but I don't think anybody.
Like
really
nobody's gonna write you up for chewing gum anymore.
All right. Would they tell you to spit it out? Or were they just like, whatever?
As long as you're not a distraction, I think they just whatever.
As long as you don't.
Like if Caleb's chewing double bubble and blows a bubble the size of his head, like that may be like Caleb.
Now somebody might say something.
Stop it.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, generational trends. Some experts believe chewing gum peaked with Gen X, those born between 1965 and 1980. Now here's a question. Millennials showing less interest in gum and candy, while Gen Z, so that's you all, seem more interested in things like sour gummies. So would you say that?
Oh, yeah.
Would you rather have
definitely
a piece of gum or a pack of sour gummies?
Definitely.
So you always see somebody with something sour at school, no
So
matter what.
it's
every
gummies
class.
over gum every single time.
Sour Patch Kids are big, and other
They
stuff.
say nerd clusters.
I feel like
the nerd gummy clusters, a top tier candy in the Power rankings.
My favorite gummy bears are the Albanese gummy bears that you get from the store.
In the gold package.
Yeah,
know exactly what you're talking
really
about.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Also, inflated prices may be cutting into sales. Gum has just become expendable, at least at today's prices, regardless of how we got here. Some gum companies are changing their approach to marketing and now hyping gum as an instant stress reliever rather than an occasional breath freshener. So, like, if you're stressed out, they're trying to change their mark because the mark that they had wasn't hitting anymore. So, like, let's just change it, and maybe we can use it as a stress reliever. So it seems to be, even according to Caleb and Lance, not that gum isn't good, but as Lance said, people are picky about it. If you don't have a flavored gum you want, you'd rather just not have gum at all. Yeah. That was not the case when I was in high school. I didn't care what flavor gum it was. Give me something to chew on while I'm in French class.
Yeah.
But now I'd rather just not have gum. Give me the Nerds gummy clusters or give me nothing. The Boyle County seniors have taken their stand against gum. There you go. Caleb and Lance right here on the Joe Show. 43 degrees on this Tuesday morning, March the 12th. It is a clear, sunny day, mid-60s expected. And we've got Tuesdays with Stiff, Mary Stiff Hamlin. She's coming on here next.
Pack
pack your bags. We're going to take you on a musical journey like no other with Take 3. They'll be at the Boyle County Performing Arts Center Thursday, March 14th at 7 p.m. That's where rock meets Bach. This unique trio of violin, cello, and piano brings together the power and energy of rock music with the sophistication and beauty of classical Bach. Experience a fusion of styles that'll leave you breathless and wanting more. With their virtuosic performances and electrifying stage presence, Take 3 is a must-see show that'll thrill audiences of all ages. Don't you dare miss it. It will be Thursday, March 14th at 7 p.m. Boyle County Performing Arts Center, Take 3. Classically infusing the favorites of the Beatles, Bieber, or Coldplay. Take 3 are nothing short of exhilarating and have electrified audiences for years. Take 3, Boyle County Performing Arts Center, Thursday, March 14th, 7 p.m. The Boyle County Performing Arts Center is located at 315 Cunningham Way, Boyle County Middle School.
Hi, this is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More next door to Ace Hardware in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check out our tax refund sale. New merchandise arriving weekly and we sell off the floor. Get up to 35% off. We offer a layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit. Come see Aunt Nana. You'll be glad you did.
Thanks, girls. You're right. It is tax rebate time. Where are you going to spend yours? How about Mattresses and More? More than a mattress store. Located in Danville, Southland Plaza.
Papa's Truck Stop. Start this bus! The Bristol Express is on its way to the Food City 500 St. Patty's Day, and we got 2 seats for you. Gold Shield Limo and Papa's Truck Stop will put that check on your bucket list. It's Bristol, baby, and there will be 2 winners every Wednesday up to the race to win. Register now at Papa's Truck Stop in Danville. Who's this week's winner?
Tina Bramer.
And
Logan Boyd.
We're drawing 2 more winners next week, and it can be you.
Thank you, Papa's Truck Stop. It's Bristol, baby.
Last place feeling in life is no place to be. Ready for a new way of living? The Isaiah House will put you first. Long-term and short-term residential treatment, outpatient treatment, medication assistant treatment, transitional living, and job skills training. Isaiah House has the programs to the path of help, hope, and healing. End the hurting. Take the first step toward a happier, healthier you. Call the Isaiah House anytime, 24 hours a day.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director of the Boyle County Health Department with an important message. The American Cancer Society estimates that nearly 3,500 deaths per year in Kentucky can be attributed to lung cancer. Most people are aware that cigarette smoking may contribute to lung cancer, but are unaware of another serious lung cancer threat, radon. In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency states that prolonged exposure to elevated levels of radon gas is the second leading cause of lung cancer. Now, you may be asking yourself a few questions like, what is an elevated level of radon? Where does radon come from? Or, how can I tell if radon is in my home? Your Boyle County Health Department stands ready to answer your questions and help determine if your family may be at risk. Simply contact our environmental staff at 859-236-2053. The health of your family depends on it.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Hey there, Jack. It's brought to you by ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. Call them, 859-519-6382. That's ADA Heating and Air. Sunshine, a high today 65, a low tonight of 45. Tomorrow, sunny and 70. On Thursday, sunny and 74. Again, I think first pitch for the baseball game tonight in the Bluegrass Estates, played in the Mathis Field, will be set for about 5 o'clock or so. Good baseball weather in the backyard of our house, Mathis Field. Me versus Jack. So if you want to come watch.
So do we need to come root for Jack or for you?
I think I need more rooting interest on my side.
I think you probably do. You know, you're old.
Yeah.
And he's very young.
He is. Yeah, yes. But he swings we have a new saying: swing hard and let it fly. And he was swinging hard yesterday and letting them fly on me. Yeah. Almost got a home run. So he's never hit a home run with a baseball before. I was only 6 years old, right? So, like, we play with tennis balls and baseballs. Tennis balls, you can let them fly. Baseballs, you got to have a little more, swing on it, right? Yeah, and he almost got one out yesterday. So,
really?
I think we're getting close to our first baseball home run in our backyard. Yeah,
fun
good
and
stuff.
games.
Well, you all are doing great stuff at Stith Funeral Home. First of all, stiffcares.com. I want everybody to stop what they're doing, unless you're driving. Don't just stop driving to do this. You pull over to do it. Stiffcares.com. Brand new website is up for you all. Now, it's the same domain, stiffcares.com, but the website design itself is new and exciting stuff.
Faces behind you.
Why? I'm going to put you on camera. That way, there you go. That way you can't make faces anymore.
I hate camera.
So what do we got going on with stiffcares.com? Who did the website? Mary Stith. We know that this is exciting stuff. The website looks great.
Yeah, Ann Yeager did the website. I really like it because when you first go on, there's lots of choices of where you want to go on the website, and there are, you push current obituaries to. And I'm not sure
there
where
it is.
that
Yep, up at the top bar, it says obituaries.
Yeah, it gives you every place you can go, and it's a lot more information than we've ever had. You also, if you want to order flowers, there are links. It'll take you straight to the florist. So there are lots of good things about it. I'm real excited about it. It's way above my pay grade.
Yeah. So we had a family friend whose mom died. I guess it was about 2 months ago, 3 months ago or so. And my brother, who lives in Florida, was not able to come up for the funeral, but wanted to send flowers to the family, and utilized you all's website. He was like, "What florist should I use?" And I said, "Just go to Stith Funeral Home's website, and they have a list of them there." So, I mean, I know someone personally, like my brother, who used you all's website.
Yeah, well, we would rather people went to the website, picked out a florist, or used the one that the family's using, and use a local florist. We've had some problems lately where people have gone to that 1-800-Flowers or whatever it is that's just out there in the internet, and the flowers have not arrived by the time of the funeral, and they haven't arrived the next day. They come like 2 or 3 days later in a box with the flowers in there and the container in there, and they expect somebody to put it all together. And it just loses so much when they come in a box like that. So it doesn't matter what part of the country you're sending flowers to. All you got to do is call or look up a local funeral home, and they should have one of them will have a list of the florists around.
Okay. Yeah. So for someone, let's say someone in my brother's position, maybe excuse me, maybe he calls you all's funeral home instead of going to the website. So he just calls 236-2113.
And we'll talk to him and give him all the information he needs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we all know it. We've all got it right there. So
awesome.
It's easy to do.
So check out the new website, stiffcares.com. And that's the website to check out. Brand new, just launched.
There's a whole lot of things
website.
you can
you got cremation, you got burial, like what to do in a death occurs.
If you have questions, you can put in questions, and we like talking to people and educating people and answering their questions.
Right.
And we have a Real Survivors today at noon. And that's for people who have had a death and would just like to get together with other people.
Yeah.
And then, the 21st?
March the 21st. That's a week from this Thursday.
Lunch and Learn.
So Lunch and Learn. You had one last Thursday, March the 7th.
Did.
So there are two planned for this month. Both of them, so the last Thursday one and the next Thursday one's going on at the Hampton Inn in Danville. Yeah. And you said the last one you all did was really nice.
This one is not at lunch, though.
Actually, that's true. It's like...
It's supper time.
A supper.
I don't have to cook supper that night.
A supper and learn.
As if I was going to cook supper, because I don't cook.
So, but who's cooking supper then?
I don't know, but somebody good, somebody better than me. I can tell you that. Well,
for sure. How did the last one go? Last Thursday, you said it was great.
We had a good time. I saw a fella, a couple of people that I haven't seen for a long time. And it was neat. It was really enjoyable. I love going to them because I get to see people.
Now, is this something where people can come with like questions? They have an
Yes.
open forum, question answer.
Absolutely.
All right.
We years ago, probably 20-something years ago, I said to Ann Yeager, the hardest thing about making funeral arrangements is that people don't know what is going to happen, and they've got to figure all this stuff out, and it's pretty scary to them. And if we could educate people about all the decisions you have to make for a funeral, when somebody dies, anything, then that would be much easier for them. So that's when she walked into my office the next day and said, "Well, Mom, you're going on WHIR every Tuesday morning from 9 to 9:30 or 9:30 to 10, so that we can educate people."
There you go.
And the lunch and learns and the dinner and learns have.
I feel like we should call it Dinner and Discover.
Oh, I like that.
All
Dinner
right, so
and
you
Discover.
got lunch
That's
and
good.
learn, but this is a Dinner and Discover.
And she said, so now we're going to do this. And both things I think have been good. I've had a lot of people over the years, give me their thoughts on something I said to you or to Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been good.
Oh,
and the lunch and learns and the Dinner and Discover are both very good.
We'll have to run that idea by Ann Yeager.
She's out of town. We'll just do it.
Well, we can do it then. We don't have to have her approval.
Yeah, she'll be back.
She shouldn't leave town.
Next day.
The fact of the matter is she should have stayed in town. We're making decisions without her.
Well, yeah, they've had a death.
Okay.
So,
Well, that makes sense then. Yeah.
So they had to go out.
I tell you what, here's a question. How does, you mentioned family had a death, someone in the funeral business, how do you all handle a death in your own family?
We hurt just like everybody else.
So for her, is it a family member out of town?
It's a
okay.
family member in Alex's family.
Okay.
And,
So in Mississippi?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And wonderful, wonderful man. Just really nice. He was Alex's uncle. And so, Alex, if you're listening, Ann Yeager, if you're listening, we're all thinking about you.
Yeah, yeah. But so you all coming into situations like that, though. I mean, at least you've got I mean, the blueprint, right? You're making decisions. You've got
hurt just like everybody else.
Pre-planned arrangements, all of that together, and
I don't know if anybody in my family. Now I have a pre-arrangement
Uh-huh.
because I walked in the funeral home years ago one day, and Ann Yeager's sitting on the floor crying, and I said,
How old was
you
she?
doing? Oh, I don't know, and she was pretty grown. And she said, I just found your pre-arrangement, and I've been reading your pre-arrangement. And I said, well, don't read my pre-arrangement. It just make you cry.
That was when she found your pre-arrangement? Was at that point?
Yeah, it was in the drawer with all the rest of them, and she happened to run across it. And the thing is, when the kids were little, I started this just so it would be easier on Robert. And so it goes over, the last 30 or 40 years. So
yeah,
there's a lot of crossing out. I crossed out a lot of stuff and put in new stuff.
Get favorite new songs?
But I'm not good at throwing away the old papers. It's a lot of fun to look at it and say, oh, Lord, look what I wanted back then.
So how many different papers have you jotted notes on then?
I don't know, but it's pretty thick.
About as thick as the yellow pages.
Not quite.
Ordinary Stith from Stith Funeral Home, 236-2113 is the phone number, 236-2113. Did you know, Mary Stith, that yesterday was National Funeral Directors and Morticians Day?
I heard that late last night.
Yeah, March the 11th, National Funeral Directors and Morticians Day.
I didn't even know there was a National Funeral Directors and Morticians Day.
Uh-huh. So who are the morticians at Stith Funeral Home?
Well, Brandon is an embalmer. Ann Yeager is an embalmer.
Okay, so mortician equals embalmer. It's just a different word
yeah,
for the same.
To me
right.
it is. I guess mortician used to be all in one. But I like funeral director and embalmer. Mortician's kind of a yucky name.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, it sounds like an older
It is.
term.
It is. Morticians were, my father's generation.
So are you an embalmer?
No, I'm not. My father wouldn't send me to embalming school because he didn't think I'd stick with being a funeral director. he would say, well, you don't really want to do this. And I'd say, yes, Daddy, I really do want to do this. And it took me 6 years to talk him into hiring me.
Well, you told the story a couple weeks ago about it.
Yeah, the only reason he did was because John Kirk called him and told him he was going to hire me if he didn't.
If you don't hire, you're not
around. Yeah, he had to then. He kind of
got
got put on the hot plate.
So happy National Funeral Directors Day, Morticians Day.
Well,
that was yesterday, too, to our favorite funeral home. And we love talking to them on Tuesdays. Always a lot of fun. And really a conversation that, a lot of times people hear funerals and how can you have a fun conversation about funerals, but you will make it engaging and you bring up questions that maybe people would have that are too scared to ask.
Yeah, the best part about it is you're making something easier for your family. Mm-hmm. Because if they know what you want, if they don't have to guess what you would have liked, that makes it all the difference in the world, makes it so much easier for them. They don't have to be worried about what they're setting up because you've got everything written down. And I tell people, these are not absolutes. Your family can change what's done, but these are your suggestions, and if you were here, this is what you would tell them to do. And it makes all the difference in the world of the family because they do it with confidence rather than with fear.
236-2113, Stith Funeral Home here in Danville on Broadway. We'll step aside. We'll come back, and Mary, we have a couple of Ask a Funeral Director questions.
I made you laugh.
As she groans. Ask a Funeral Director. It's coming up right after this here on The Joe Show. 9:48 in the morning on a sunny Tuesday. Tuesdays with Stith.
Wake up to a treat that's more than cereal.
Beautiful morning.
Big Deals Online Store is throwing a breakfast party. Break away from your boring breakfast routine with Wendy's new breakfast burrito. Visit hometownlive.net's Big Deals Online Store and click the link to enter the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. A scrumptious mix of breakfast burritos, seasoned fries, and more are up for grabs. You could win a Wendy's breakfast party for 25 people in your office from Wendy's and Hometown Radio Network. Enter now at hometownlive.net. Click on the Big Deals Online Store link. You'll feel sunny side up all day long.
Beautiful morning.
No purchase necessary to register. Sign up once a day to increase your odds to win. It's going to be a delicious good time.
Sign up your office by this Friday to win.
Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know.
Generations of serving our community. Immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more.
Helpful people.
Free local delivery. Mobile app refills right to your door.
Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
Hi, this is Deanna Charles at the Danville H&R Block. It's tax time again, and you already know H&R Block does taxes, but what you may not know is that H&R Block offers help in person or virtually. Plus, at the family-owned and operated Danville office, our tax pros average 23 years of experience. You can even request to work with the same tax pro every year, and your biggest refund is always guaranteed. No one offers more ways to help you with your taxes. So come see us at 216 Brent Avenue in Danville or give us a call at 859-236-3281.
Boyle County Health Department, preventative care for a better future. The Boyle County Health Department is located at 448 South 3rd Street in Danville, Kentucky. We are open Monday through Friday with operating hours of Monday 8 to 5:30, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 8 to 4:30, Friday 8 to 3. Check out our webpage at boylehealth.com, and they can also be found on Facebook. Clinic hours by appointment or walk-in.
The Boyle County Health Department, 859-236-2053.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Tuesday, the 12th day of March. Tuesdays with Stith.
Yes, sir.
Mary Stith Hamlin joins us this morning here on the show. And let's do a little Ask a Funeral Director. And these are questions from people online on the Reddit page, Ask Funeral Directors. And mostly these are questions from people outside of Kentucky because just the way that the odds are, it happens. There's 1 in 50 chances from Kentucky.
You got one from Kentucky?
No, this is not. Well, it doesn't say.
Okay.
This person says, my father passed away December the 6th of 2023. The funeral home secretary incorrectly filed out the death certificate with date of death, December 6th, 2022. So put the wrong year on it. The information was filed. The mistake was noticed 3 weeks after filing. Unfortunately, the damage has been done, and Social Security still has the date of death as 12/6/2022, even after we've gone to their office 3 times now with a copy of the corrected certificate. At this point, my mother is getting packets of medical claims from Medicare of several $100,000 in medical claims that had been paid, but are now requesting repayment from providers because dates of medical services are dated after he died. In addition to this, my mom can't get her Social Security checks nor file her taxes. This has caused her so much stress and anxiety. Mary Steph, is there any course of action they can take?
Well, first I have a question about this person because Social Security never sees the death certificate.
Okay.
So there is, Kentucky has electronic death registration. Our death certificates we do online, and we send it to the doctor. The doctor sends it on to Frankfurt to be certified. And part of that process, there is a Form 721 is what Social Security requires funeral directors to send to them. And in filing our death certificates in Kentucky, the 721 is generated. So whatever is on the death certificate is what gets sent to Social Security. And it's a simple thing to change. I mean, we've never had a problem like this. Mm-hmm. Why would somebody be filing a death certificate that's over a year old? Number one, the state would question, why are you filing a death certificate that's over a year old? And so
that's
Social
where
Security. So that makes me wonder what in the world is really going on.
You have a lot of questions for this person.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of questions for this person.
Okay.
And as far as getting everything changed, it's not that hard. Once you notify Social Security, notify the state, it gets done very quickly. And there's just one form we have to send into the state, and we can take it over there, and it gets done quickly. And maybe our state is much more efficient than their state is. Maybe our Social Security office is more efficient than theirs.
Okay.
I don't know. But all this person has to do is say he just died. The death certificate is wrong. And just notify everybody of that, and they should cooperate.
Okay.
If they don't, then I would tell them how unhappy I am.
Stomp your feet and throw your hands up.
Yeah.
Here's another question for you, Mary. This person is in Southern California. Well, they're asking this question where I'm sure things are much more expensive.
Yes.
Talk with someone who was in California. They said it's like a different country over there. But anyway, we can translate this to Kentucky terms. I'm wondering, what is the average fee for a minister to conduct a funeral service? Does it depend on if they attend the viewing, do graveside, an actual funeral home, and how is that usually managed?
Number one, ministers don't charge. I've never had a minister say, this is what I charge. And I've been doing this for over 50 years now. Mm-hmm. So it is whatever the family wants to give to the minister as an honorarium. It's not a fee. We do have some churches that will have a fee, like if the funeral is going to be in the church, the custodian, there'll be a fee for, an organist, there might be a fee for. I've never heard of ministers having a fee and expecting anything. The average that our families usually give a minister for an honorarium is $100 to $200, sometimes a little bit more, and that's it.
Yeah, so you've never had a minister say, I have to be paid this, or
no.
I'm not, this is my fee.
Or I'm not going to do it. No, I've never ever heard a minister say that, and I would be shocked to hear it, so I would remember it.
Okay. Last question for you. I'm considering starting a mortuary science program in my home city. And I'm just curious as to how much time is spent on your feet and how much isn't. So you spend a lot of time on your feet throughout the day? I guess this person's worried that their legs might get tired. I don't know.
Well, we do a lot of sitting at a desk. We do a lot of standing up. Visitation, I'm on my feet.
We do a lot of sitting and then standing.
I never ever thought about how much we stand and sit. When you're embalming, you do stand.
Yeah. So that would be what mortuary science. That'd be embalming,
well,
right?
Now mortuary science is embalming school.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can't
they need
do
to get
it
him
sitting
a
down.
solid pair of hokas then.
I don't know. You can't do it sitting down, so I don't know. I don't. This person might want to look for another job.
You think if that's the first question they have?
And if that's the first question, that's kind of scary.
Not what do I need to do to get into it, or can I have an internship, or it's, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. How much time do you stand while you do this? Just depends on the day, huh?
Yes, it does.
Oh, Mary Stith Hamlin with Stith Funeral Home, Tuesdays with Stith. New website's up, stithcares.com, 236-2113. Yeah, check out the new website.
I enjoyed it. I've spent some time last night going through it.
A lot of good materials on there.
A lot of good stuff there. Ann Yeager is ramrodded this, and she has done so much better than the old one. The old one was boring, actually. This one I find kind of fun.
Way to go, Ann Yeager.
Yeah.
There's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of the Joe Show. Had a blast with you all on this Tuesday morning, and I hope when the start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off. I'm back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices. That, my friends, is the Joe Show on AM 1230 and the brand new 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Although I guess I can stop calling it brand new because we've had the FM now for like 3 years. It's just I'm stuck saying it. I got to remember.
You're getting old, Joe.
Think so? Hey, I turned 35 in August.
Oh, wow. I trade with you.
You can't get to 75 already without turning 35 first.
That's
so
true.
I guess I
I'm
am
not
getting
75 yet, but I'm getting close.
Getting close. There you go. Mary, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you next Tuesday, okay?
Take care.
Kentucky Sports Radio. Coming up next.